And I'm like, where is Jimmy? And then it started being, Jimmy. Where is Jimmy? Jimmy.
I want to have a reason, a physical reason, because those racers are all freaking head cases. And here is my real answer, Roger, just for you, because I'm such an icon of physical fitness.
Yeah. How do you do it, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's doctors.
It's the 3 tacos for $5.
That's a good deal here. He doesn't even say Honda in here. I don't even know that it's a Honda. It's probably really a Yamaha, because Yamaha sponsors this show.
How do we know?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. I just flew in from the other side of my office.
Boy, are his arms tired.
My name is Jimmy Lewis. This is the show where we talk about motorcycle and motorcycle-related products. And tonight I'm joined by Mr. Rally Navigator himself, Mike Shirley.
I feel like I'm in Hollywood.
Well, I think you may have been impressed by the incredible amount of prep that goes into this show.
I did. I sort of paid attention. Last time I was on, I just was sort of maybe clued out. But tonight I watched the whole setup process, and I thought, well, there's a lot going on here to get this all set up.
There's more than one button to be pushed. Welcome everybody. I'm hoping that everything works. Do you got how's your headphones level? It's all good.
Come up a little bit.
Up a little bit. How's that? Is that better?
Oh, you're good. Yeah,
you're good there.
Yep. Thank you.
Check 1, 2. And I'm pretty sure you're on mic number 2.
Yep.
I think we're all good. We're not bouncing off any rev limiters here. And we have one other. I was gonna bring my cat on the show. So when she starts, making noise outside,
that's my signal.
Your signals. Okay. Go bring her in, because we did tease that. Hopefully, if you're in the chat, let us know how the sound is, and I might bring back the segment where, if you don't pay me any money, I'm going to read a segment from Jerry Bernardo's book, Coffee Brewed with a Graveyard Mist, right here.
In this voice.
So you be careful what you ask for. So you can pay to have that segment not happen tonight. This show would not be possible without the help of our sponsors, Mike. I have sponsors, believe it or not.
Yep, you have great sponsors.
This show has partners, we like to call them.
You have DDC, Yamaha.
Yamaha. We like to start with Yamaha, title sponsor of the show.
Yep, they're the big dogs that make it happen. That's how we can afford our makeup and hair.
I did go to makeup and hair, and then I covered everything up because I might have made a mistake. Might have cut it all off.
I'm in the same boat.
In my dreams. And Prairie Dog 7879 says, sound is great for once. And nice. Crazy Mark from Fraser Park, formerly Fraser Park, says loud and clear. That's good. Good to see you, Mark. I would spin some vinyl if I had it right now, because I'm feeling that mood.
Dude, that'd be a good addition. We could just DJ right in the middle.
The 1s and 2s. Just start dropping. Did you see... Oh, I want to show you something, Mike. I want you to see this right here, and then tell everybody why we don't do this. What the hell is all of that?
Copyright claim. Dispute has been submitted. Boy, there's like 30 emails that don't look fun at all on that list there.
Yeah, that's why we don't do...
your DJ, the Wheels of Steel, get in trouble.
That would be big problems.
Dude, I feel a lot of pressure right now because Jimmy Tyler was here last week, and he's like, his family is like some of the OG hosts of this show, and he's funnier and he knows more than I do, so I'm feeling a little bit of pressure right now.
No pressure, Mike.
Good.
Let me tell you how this works. So Logan was my original co-host. And when I asked his dad at the time, Jimmy, well, his dad's still his dad, but at the time I asked Jimmy, I said, hey, I'd like to have Logan on my show. Mm-hmm. He goes, he'd seen it. We were doing it at the bar, and we moved it out into the shop or into here. I don't remember where we moved it first. It's a mystery. You have to go back and watch those early episodes. They're horrible.
Reason to start back at the beginning.
Those episodes are almost as bad as these ones. Believe it or not, it's hard.
Lower production value?
No. For every possible reason known to man. I don't know. I can't remember. When we think about how the show started, kind of, somebody said I couldn't do a podcast, and I was like, okay, I'll show you. So I did one, and then it just became, and people liked it, and there was some traffic, and we were getting good questions, and I could help people out. And so, as much as it is kind of a shit show, I help people answer some questions, and from very experienced riders and whatever to just novices. And we had the off-road school going at the time, and there was a lot of stuff for us to talk about. Still is. So I asked Logan, whoa, Mark just dropped a bomb. What? No, geez. Mark, text me what you just said in the chat. I'm not aware of this.
Where are you reading this?
Just on the bottom down in the chat there. If that's the case, that's horrible. But anyways, he's mentioned that a mutual friend of ours may have bit the dust, okay. But I wasn't aware. But anyhow, so I asked Jimmy Tyler, hey, could I have Logan be a co-host in the show? He's like, Logan doesn't talk, which was true. Logan,
and you knew you found your guy.
I'm like, that's the best co-host ever. Somebody that doesn't talk, because I never shut up.
Okay, well, yeah, I can do that. That's simple. I'll just sit there and listen.
No,
you can tell us all your stories of fame and fortune.
I told you that I'm gonna have to lean on you because I have some work to do. I have to get we got a submission for Taco Moto's Roosterendo tonight. Mm-hmm. That's Roosterendo, which is a segment we do on every show where we have entries. If you send us a picture of your bike and tell us a little bit about it, we will discuss it. Mm-hmm. And the one that brings us the most enjoyment, we give a $100 gift certificate from Takomoto. That's takomoto.co, not com, takomoto.co. You can get all kinds of stuff for your dirt bikes, especially your more street legal bikes that you want to make a little more competition worthy. Taco Mike will hook you up. Lots of good knowledge over there. And
just put a Takomoto fuel pump on my bike today and check it out.
We did. It's one that's been sitting in the studio for well over a year.
Oh, that's why you gave it to me.
He's come out here a couple times and he had to update it. He goes, why didn't this go on a bike? I go, I don't have a bike that new. I mean, I have test bikes, but usually those stay pretty stock. We test them stock and we turn them back in stock. We don't have.
So I have this sort of like early like test mule version of the fuel pump. That's what went my bike today.
When we're
the final version,
it's been updated a few times. Let's just say that.
I can't wait. Okay.
So, it looked like it had been installed before. Remember, we saw some marks on it, so it may have been used, but it didn't. It looked brand new. Yeah. We used it on. He brought it here and he did a demonstration about it. So it's the new KTM fuel pump that has the suction snorkels to get the stuff out of the bottom. And we actually learned something about it today. If you don't have fuel in one side of your tank, it doesn't suction. Mm-hmm. Even if you have a lot on the other side, you got to have some at both of the suction nozzles that are down below so it can suck the gas up. And anyways, it's solving a problem that some people have. Your KTM runs out of gas before it runs out of gas.
Yeah, that's happened to me a bunch of just like highway transits. Yeah, if there's a little bit of bumping around, it sloshes enough to be fine. But I basically just going down the highway straight. I was running it dry, and I just give it a little lateral wobble, and it sloshes around and keep on going. But it just seems kind of silly design wise. So it should be a good upgrade for my bike. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah. Oh well, it's I did get a text message. Unfortunately, one of our buddies evidently kicked the bucket. I don't know why or how, but it's time to do a shot with my buddy Mark, with a friend of ours who I had some really good times with, some incredible stories with. So, would you like a shot, Mike?
Sure.
Sure. I'll try to find you a little.
I can.
I don't like announcing names because I don't know. I don't know who or how. I don't know how public it is or anything like this. Is by the way, Frey Ranch. This is ranch strength. You'll know why this is a good one
for Fallon or something, isn't it?
This is from Fallon.
Nice.
This is correct.
It's probably one of the best things to ever come from Fallon.
Top Guns and Fallon. So
girlfriend from Fallon.
Oh, nice. So cheers. Here's to everybody. Okay.
Woo.
I sipped that stuff.
Oh, well, it seemed from that angle out of the corner of my eye like you were chugging it, so
I like it, but it's good. Okay.
That kicks.
So, anyways, if you're in the chat, you can probably see
we're back. Okay,
who it is and
so I'm the new
what's
Logan.
up. Cheers, Mark. I tell you what, I I used to live by this guy, so we would jump BMX bikes, and in the Crusty Demons of Dirt era, I got to go riding with this character and did border cross, motocross a few times with him, and generally had a really good time. So, yeah, okay. Moving right along on the show. So, so the job of the co-host on this show.
Yeah, lay it down. It's nice that you're telling me this once the show already starts, too, not like ahead of time.
Well, you wanted to know what your grand entrance was going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we answer your motorcycle product-related questions. So if you have a question, just throw it into the chat and have it there. And if you are listening to this at a different time and you want to email, it's my name @dirtbiketest.com. And if you can't spell my name, then you're not qualified to ask a question. This is important. You can leave it in the comments, and we get the comments, and we will answer those on the next show. And so if you're driving for 2 hours, or maybe if you're in the line at the DMV for 5 hours in California, I would suspect, these things, you can listen to this podcast, and then it passes time. And then hopefully you learn something during the show. So the job of the co-host is when I feel the need to have a drink or do some work and I can't talk, that's when you have to carry the show. And I also ask you to read the questions, but I'm guessing based on some comments you made about your eyesight that you're going to have a difficulty reading this screen over here. Am I correct?
I'm going to have to crawl over the table, so I'll probably let you handle the reading.
Do you got the glasses? You got the readers in there?
This is like a medium distance. It's like between the two. So
grab that. There's a little pair over there on the thing.
I need a third pair of glasses for that exact distance.
Yes, put those on. Try those on for size to see if they'll work out for you.
We'll start lining them up here.
Sometimes you can take. I find that if you drink the entire Miller High Life, you can put your eye in one. That's not happening. Okay. Well, so I
look at the bottom of the beer bottle. I could have.
If you do it right, you have most of it, and then you look through it, and it does some sort of amplification, whatever. So, okay, Mike. Now that you know the rules of the game,
gotcha. Okay, fill in the dead air a little bit.
My rooster endo came in about 15 minutes before the show started, so I actually have to convert it from an email to get it onto the show, and it takes a couple of keystrokes and a little bit of concentration. So what I'm going to ask you, because this will prompt you to tell a story, brought to you by Bulletproof Designs. Did you notice my camouflage Bulletproof Designs thing?
I did.
That you had to go fetch out of my parts box?
That out of a box, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how I know where everything's at?
No, I was just admiring your office. So you got a system, but I said it's like an open air system. Nothing's put away like in a drawer or a cabinet. It's all right out there, which I think ultimately is probably the most efficient thing.
It's easy to get to.
Yeah.
For me, but I can. Yeah. But if I need something, I say, "Hey, go get." Was this where was it in the box?
Yeah,
it was. Okay, I remember, but I cannot remember a name or a face to save my life. Yeah. I mean, for over my 3 friends that I have.
We have a finite amount of memory space, and you just direct yours towards other stuff than remembering people's names all the time.
We're gonna go use it. We're gonna go use it down in Baja next week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we got a question here. Can you read what Husky Holler?
Good
26?
question. Husky Holler 26 says, "Did you ever finish testing the counter shocks?" I'm super interested to hear what you have to say about this because I, from what I know, I understand in theory it works. There's like sound physics behind it, and I'm wondering in relation to the dynamics of a dirt bike because they're using them on downhill mountain bikes now. They
Oh, so
use them in F1.
you know about some of this stuff.
A mass damper. Like
Mass damper, yeah. So they're illegal in F1.
Yeah, they'll use them more.
If you can find them on the car.
Yeah, but they use them in skyscrapers too. Like,
Yeah.
so the physics totally legit. But I'm
Right.
wondering in the context of a dirt bike, what do you think or
So
feel?
so the answer is, have I finished testing it? No. But is it on my bikes?
I saw one out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it on the bike I'm taking when we go ride to La Paz
Mm-hmm.
or Cabo San Lucas? Yes, because it works. It definitely does something. It's crazy because we're mounting it onto the fork. Solid mount. It's solid mounted onto the fork, so it's basically on the chassis. And what's the guy? The guy has an interesting name. Again, I can't remember his name, but I talked to him a couple weeks ago because I was asking him about trying to mount some in unsprung locations. In other words, we'll call it on the axles.
Mm-hmm.
Because I ran one in Supermoto way back in the day on the rear axle. So the counter shock, for those who don't know, is an inertial damper. And it's you call it something else.
I've heard them called a tuned mass damper or
Tuned,
a
yeah,
mass
yeah.
damper.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of cool stuff. And it basically counteracts what the bike is doing, and they put them on the handlebar on the fork, and they claim that it helps with the stability and a couple other things. I just know for sure it helps keep the front wheel and a little bit more planted. It gives it a little bit more weight, especially in like kind of the chop or the UTV bumps. And it gives the feeling of a slightly heavier steering, almost like your moose has less, or your tire has less air pressure in it, but it doesn't. So I like it for a lot of things. They claim it does a lot of different things, and I think that a lot of people feel a lot of different things. Just like anything, when whether your ride height is a certain way, people feel different things, and some people say it makes more stability. I run a Scott steering damper on almost every single one of my bikes.
So like 50
of them have it. I'll bet you. I don't want to count how many I have of those things. But yeah, and so some people. So I don't feel that much of it, and I haven't. Have I run it? I did run it on my WR. It's on my WR250, which does not have a steering damper on it right now. And I didn't notice the stability. I didn't notice the head shake issue. The steering stability thing. I just noticed it plants the front end, and it helps, especially if the chassis or something feels stiffer. It helps kind of deaden that out. I know a lot of people don't like it because it adds weight to the bike, but yeah. I haven't finished testing it because I want to do a couple other things with it. But for the way that they're selling and the applications, if you want your bike to feel a little bit more connected to the ground, planted to the ground, the way that they describe mounting it and the way that they have it mounted, I think it's a viable thing.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know mounting that you said like unsprung, because I think some of the downhill mountain bike guys are mounting them on their back triangle, like on the rear wheel, and one up on the forks. But it seems like it'd almost be more effective if it was attached like almost like to the axle, where it's actually directly on the wheel that's bouncing up and down versus the fork that's already a bit.
And then,
insulated.
but then it does something. Then it kind of does something different because ideally, if it's mounted above the axle or above the moving part, so on the sprung part, it's helping dampen the entire kind of chassis.
Yeah,
the
so
whole
after the
whole
spring
thing.
and damper have done their thing,
Where the other one's trying to. So and when I ran it at Supermoto, it was specifically to stop the rear wheel hop, which it did. It was amazing.
I get that.
It was to the point, and you think about that rear wheel hop is probably like a 2 to 4 inch movement of the swing arm at the end,
Yeah,
and
4 times a second, kind of.
And that thing had a certain amount of travel, and it just would not let it get started.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that hop that was kind of the suspension working against the tire, working against, and so it's a proven technology. That's why it's in skyscrapers, like you said, because the earth shakes or the wind blows and the thing starts weaving. You got to stop it. Well, how do you stop that? And so when you think about this, this application of having a weight that's sort of suspended in a fluid or dampened by springs or elastomers or whatever it is, everything moves and it stays still for a second. And then it basically, when the pressure comes the other direction, it kind of helps counteract that
store
force.
some energy, push some energy back in, kind of opposite.
Right.
So anyway, that's pretty nerdy take on it, but I think there's some
That's what
basis to those things. But I'd be curious to know like what the window is of what your even how much stuff you've got in your handlebars versus what the weights and the springs are. Like how dialed in does it have to be like really optimized, or does it have like a pretty broad, effective window of how your suspension's set up? And there's a lot of variables, but I'd be curious to know what the like optimal window is with a thing. Do you need small, medium, and large depending on this and that?
That's a good question. I think he's kind of dialing it in for more, the optimized, kind of a wider range thing. Mm-hmm. And that's where if I were working on the development side of this, I want to have tested like both ends of it. And it sounds like when I've talked to him, it sounds like he's tested a lot of different stuff because he is in the mountain bike world and they are doing these things. Mm-hmm. It's called countershocks, by the way. I should have mentioned that. It's called the countershocks. And he's been really, it kind of took off in that world. So he's been really busy doing those, but he is interested in doing some of these things I'd asked about to try because I'd like to understand it better. But as a product, just the way it is, it works, and I think it's a couple $100. For a couple $100, it does something that I think most people would like, and yeah.
Yeah, so, I think so. I doubt that's something you put in your bike and think this did nothing, or what it did do, like, I don't like it. I think it would only, if you felt something, I think you'd probably like what you felt, would be my guess.
Yeah, and you see, you rode my bike down in Baja, like all that, when you got your factory ride for Nora.
Mm-hmm,
yeah, you rode my bike the whole way down there. I think you liked how my bike worked, right?
Yeah, it worked great.
Yeah, then that's part of the package, as we like to say.
Pro package.
And
thanks.
And you can see I have all these different bikes and stuff. And when I'm going to go ride a bike for a long distance, I make sure it has all of, quote, my stuff on it. And there it is. So it's on there. So
good question, Husky Holler. Keep it coming.
That answers your question. Hopefully I answered your question. Anyways, we can answer 9 out of 10 questions without referring to a reference manual. I'm going to do some work, but I have a question for you, Mike. Oh, and the other thing the co-host can do is at any time the co-host can ask questions that have been burning in their mind, because you know what a kind of can be an a-hole sometimes when you just walk up and ask me a question because I'm doing something else. Now is my 2 hours where I dedicate that to answering your questions.
That's where I could have prepared better for this job right now, is to come with some questions and some notes that could be sitting right here, but they're not.
Jimmy Tyler typically does. Big John's really good at that. Mm-hmm. He always has some banger questions. But I'm gonna ask you a question, and so Rally Navigator, not a sponsor of this. Of this particular podcast. I know you sponsor some other podcasts. By the way, Dakar Daily Podcast going on now. Mm-hmm. If you're interested in the Dakar Rally, you can ask us Dakar questions because you have two people that are pretty in touch with the rally world, but we don't talk about racing that much because I don't race anymore. But okay, back to the question for Mike. Tell us the story of how you invented Rally Navigator.
Oh. That's a great question, Jimmy. It sounds like you prepared for that.
Go to rallynavigator.com if you want to know. And you can do a free trial, by the way, and not even a sponsor of the show. They personally sponsor me. I'm a pro.
You are a pro.
Subscriber package getter.
Yeah, yeah. And you are a pro user.
I'm a pro user. Okay,
Yep.
good.
Yeah,
So
all
okay,
the
so
time.
how did Mike Shirley become the epicenter of the? I want to say you have no idea how central you are into from the highest level of rally to the lowest level of rally, and I mean that because everybody encounters your product at some way, shape, or form. So
That was my plan
Go.
from the very get-go, was to just take over everything.
okay.
Yeah. So
Start with that. I'm
almost there.
gonna fix some problems I have here. But go ahead.
No, back. So my villain origin story in the big road book software industry. I don't want to overstate this, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal. No, back in 2009 and 10, I got tied in with the Rally Pan Am team who was sending Jonas Street to Dakar back in the day through Adventure Rider. And I got in touch with those guys and was curious about attending Dakar in 09. And I talked to a few guys on the team and they said, dude, go for it. So we basically rented a camper, a little Ford Range with a camper shell on it. And we followed the rally down and through Argentina and Chile, which itself was just a super, super awesome adventure. But through that, I met those guys and they said, hey, come out and ride with us actually it was down here in Pahrump, and they had some road books. And I started to do my first road book loops, which was really cool because I had just the armchair fantasy of rally stuff, but it never been accessible to me to even like hold a road book in my hand or see the gear in person. So I started doing loops, totally loved it. Went and chased the Dakar with them, which was just phenomenal. But I kept pestering these guys. I'm like, how are you making these road books? And I got in connection with Scott Whitney and with
Okay, I would say the guys you were talking to didn't know. They just got road books, but they found this guy Scott Whitney.
Yeah, so Scott. So I think I was in the mix when Scott was down there making his loops. I think those were his loops. Might have been some of your loops.
No. The ones in Pahrump, those are 100% Scott Whitney.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
No, so Scott Whitney and I've probably told this story before, but keep going your story.
Yeah. So I kind of hooked up with Scott as being the road book guy, and I was like, dude, how are you making these? This is so cool. I've never seen anything come out printed like this before. And he said, dude, I don't even want to show you because it's such a nightmare. Like the last two guys I showed, they're not even friends with me anymore. Like they don't like me anymore because they almost went bananas trying to make road books. So I pestered him for a while, and he finally said, okay, I'm going to show you, but you're not going to like it. And he shared this really elaborately made Excel spreadsheet, which he had put a lot of time into, and it totally got the job done in a very utilitarian way, but it was a freaking nightmare. Like there was 150 ways you could screw it up. Trying to like splice stuff, change stuff, it was a disaster. So I was like,
he told me the same thing because I was kind of at the time doing hand drawn ones, and we knew hand drawn. We used an Excel spreadsheet to kind of do the mileages, do the partials, so to do some of the quote the math. And I knew he had something better because his were seen to be drawn like more digitally, you would say.
it was like Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, and I was like, how are you doing this? And he's like, well, I'd show you, but you'd probably want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
And I think really what he was doing was protecting his intellectual property because he had a one up on everybody at that time.
Oh no, he was making.
Yeah,
it was the cool
keep
stuff.
going. They were the best ones.
Yeah, it was the cool stuff. And Scott,
best ones aside from an event.
Probably privately made. They were, and Scott's just wired like he's such a perfectionist. Like he would just they were perfect. Like he put a lot of work into those. So he showed me his method there, but he wouldn't show me how to do the tulip drawings. He said, "Dude, it's a disaster." He's like, "I can barely make it work myself," and I sort of like invented it. But it was like Microsoft Paint, cutting, pasting, and praying. And so he's like, "I'm just not showing you that." And I'm like, "I got to figure this out." So I asked him. I said, "Hey, can I help find a way to figure out how to draw better tulip drawings?" And he said, "You can do whatever you want, bro." So I actually started a little post. I was on the Google Earth user forum, which is probably dead and gone for years now. So I posted on there, and I just did kind of like, I did a little picture of a road book, and can someone here help me make some software that does this? And I basically got a hit on it. Some guy in New Zealand named Paul Van Dinther. So this was back in like 2011. It's been a long time. I'm still messing with it. It's weird. So this guy started and actually made, like, I kind of drew up the basic user interface. And it really hasn't changed that much, just the map and the way the tool came together. So there's a guy in New Zealand worked on it for a couple of years. I've had a bunch of freelance guys, and I don't do any of the coding myself. Like, I have no background in software development at all. I'm much more just like motorcycle guy that was kind of hard-headed to figure out road books. So I, back in the day, got hooked up with Dave Peckham, who's been a really big contributor for Rally. Like, he's owned ICO, owned Rally Pan Am, or not. So just, done a lot of different stuff in Rally. So he actually contacted me and said, "Hey, I actually do, I heard you're working on a project. I actually do software for real." I'm like, "Really?" So he sort of helped steer the bus because I just didn't know what I didn't know. So
right.
he was one of my early partners on it. And then just had early adopters like yourself who were just giving me real world feedback, stuff I didn't know. So it's been.
Wait a minute. Let's clarify the real world feedback.
Yeah.
I think
like your stuff doesn't work. It's wrong.
This doesn't work. It's wrong. This is why people hate me and learn to love me, because I'm not trying to. I don't want to be mean. I just want to get the point across, like, relatively quick. I didn't really think that you had feelings, because I sure as hell don't. So I just told you, because I remember, because at this time some other ding dong came to me and told me, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna take over the whole world in Rally because I got this software that you don't even know about." And I knew about it because we had somehow talked. I don't even know how we talked, but you showed it to me, and I'm like, this is really cool, because you were able to draw tulips, but I made a road book and it was incorrect. Like, what the software did was incorrect, and not because you couldn't make it correct. It was because you didn't understand, like, you weren't a professional rally racer. You weren't a professional navigator at the time.
Still learning.
You were a hobby guy, and what you made was incredible. And even to this day, I still run into people that make road books, and even with the current version of Rally Navigator, and they're incorrect because the software does some stuff. If you don't know the rule, it's taking a track log and then doing the best it can with what it has. But if you don't know how it's doing it, or understand just some basics of navigation, like how many degrees are in a compass, right? Aren't there 720? Because I spin twice, bro. So anyway, so lots of stuff. But yeah, you made something that was super bitchin'. And I'm like, this is really cool. I want to use it. But everybody else is telling me, like, I don't know what I'm doing because I'm not using it yet, because I was still hand-drawn guy. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't work yet. I've talked to the guy, and back then, who knows how long it took you to get something coded. It's not a week.
No, it's been slow. It's been like a process of frustration the entire time. And like, there's it's a weird tangible, there's not much tangible positive feedback from the software. You work. And then it just, like, you just basically just add a little checkbox and it does this little thing. It's not like this really great accomplishment, like building a structure that's going to have staying power. It's just intangible little thing. So it's this kind of strange project to work on. But
even to this day, if you had any idea how, we talked about it. It's getting to the point where there's so many features and it does so much. It's so capable. And I'm like, dude, I hardly even use 20% of the features, maybe.
Yeah.
It does a lot of stuff in the background that it never was capable of doing now, that it does some pretty amazing things. And as a professional user in, working on events or making training road books, and I'm asking it to do stuff that's maybe not even practical sometimes. And I say, "Hey, Mike, what about this?" And you're like,
I get it. So people call, "Hey, can people use different stuff?" Like, "Hey, could you make, we do it like this in my country." And I look, no, that could kind of get adopted. Okay, I'll use it. So it sort of covers a lot of different.
Stoned Cage. We're going to get to your question here in a second, but I'm going to let. So we'll get to your question in a second here, because we do get right to those. So we're going to pause on the Rally Navigator story, but labor for sure, labor of love. Because, many times we've had discussions about, like, how much time it is, and there's no way that this is making any money.
I'd probably make like $3 an hour on it when it's all said and done. No.
Really, that much?
Yeah,
I
I'm
should
cashing in.
get into the software business.
No, it was all done so I could go ride dirt bikes more, and that's totally been the case. Like
You use it as a write off.
it's a write off.
Yeah, because it sure as hell ain't no hobby loss. Let me tell you.
I bought dinner for us tonight on my Navigator credit card.
Right. The tacos at Tech Talk Taco Tuesday brought to you by Rally Navigator.
They were physically brought here.
And this show brought to you by Yamaha. Hey, I just want you to know that we got a question about a YZ125, and the only reason I cut off Mike is because Yamaha sponsored the show, and I want to help out all my Yamaha brothers. So Stone Cage 9071 on YouTube asked, Jimmy, I have a 2006 YZ125, and I blew it up back in September.
Good job.
Laugh out loud 6 days later after I got it. I'm getting it fixed, but I'm looking to get a 25 YZ250F. I'm new to riding. Rooster Endo? And he has a question. Ridding. He's new to ridding. Rooster Endo, question mark. He is 6 foot, 200 pounds, maybe 185 in my good months. Wow, you have a 15-pound swing. It's good. He's into the training regiment. I know how that works. I swing too, but up in the 200 zone. I'm asking if the 250F would be too much for me. So, no, absolutely not. Some of the kids that are racing, the supercross and motocross and stuff, those guys are, they're wet 155 pounds, and they're not 6 feet. They're mostly they're still growing most of the time when they get on those bikes.
They're not physically strong
as
at all.
As a physical size, you're gonna have no problem. Hopefully you blew up your YZ125 because of something somebody did to it previous, but you were mixing the gas in it, right? I hate to ask the obvious questions. The good thing about your YZ250F is you will not have to mix the gas. You just pour that straight gas right in.
Yep. How much? I don't know those Yamahas. How corked up is that bike stock?
The YZ250F is not none of those.
WR250 is super corked up.
Yes.
Slow. Okay.
Yeah, and so just for everybody's experience, Mike kind of comes from, he buys a Husky every 3 to 5 years. He buys the FE, the enduro bike that's pretty corked up, and that's his world. Not really into the motocross and the race bike stuff.
Yeah, I don't know much about him.
So yeah, it and really previous to that, you were just kind of hobby rider that just found this fascination with rally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought my first dirt bike. I was 35. Yeah, I never even owned a dirt bike until I was 35.
Yeah.
So I'm making up for lost time.
Think about how much time you saved by not having dirt bikes.
Well, probably a lot of broken bones too. Like my balls had shriveled quite a bit by the time I bought my first dirt bike. So my life expectancy is still okay.
Yeah. Well, and that's and the people ask, like, they always want to go riding with me, and we've been riding together for a long time. And I'll tell you one thing that really impressed me about Mike. The reason I will still ride with him, is he knows his size. He knows where his limits are at. He's never ever tried to show me how fast he is. You've never done anything. You've always been on the safe side. It's like, you tell me, hey, it's time to throw in the towel. No problem about that. And I respect that, because we go a lot. Mike helps me with all the NORA Mexican 1000 courses. He does a lot of the sweep riding on those races, does a lot of the road book verification, all this stuff. And these are the kind of, like, I don't care how fast you are. It's just, sometimes I'm like, hey, we got to move a little bit quicker.
You don't care
because it's going to get dark, or we still have 400 miles to go and there's only an hour of sunlight or something like that.
I think at one point you told me I was catastrophically slow because the sun was setting, and I'm like, yeah, you're probably right.
It was the truth, though.
I said you're probably right.
And
I'm done. I'm out.
But yeah, I think you rode. I think you rode all the way out, or did I send you out early that day? You went out to the highway early.
I bugged one of those days. But,
yeah. There was
after 12 or 14 hours. Sometimes I started to get tired.
I don't know why.
It's weird. Half day ride
happens. So Stone Cage was mixing it at 41, and he does plan on riding it on trails. Do you think I should get the FX if I plan on riding 30% of the time? God, 30% is so close. If you said 50-50, I would say get the FX.
That's the
But at 200 pounds, the YZ suspension isn't going to be as bad as it would be if you were like say 185 pounds. But
for trail riding,
the FX, the reason it struggles on the track is because the wider ratio transmission, and especially with a heavier guy, there's kind of a first to second gear gap.
Is that the bike that's out there?
Yeah. That's
okay.
the one. That's the one. That's the one that I was riding the other day. It was super sick. Yeah. Oh, I'm planning to ride trails 30%. Now, if you're going to do 30%, if you're going to do 50% trails, opposed track, go with the FX. If you're going to do 30% trails, go with the YZ. In other words, at that 50% mark, that's where that FX is going to pay dividends because, you know, the disadvantage it was having the track would be way helped when you are off road that other half of the time. But if you're 70% of the time on the track, some of the spacing in the transmission, which isn't that bad, but the especially on the 250F, but mostly the characteristic of the suspension on the jumps. If your track isn't that jumpy, if it's more of like quote really outdoor track, the FX isn't bad. I kind of starting to prefer riding FX bikes like at Glen Helen. When I go to Glen Helen and especially late in the day, I'm really happy when I'm on an FX style bike compared to a full on.
That's probably softer, less jumpy.
Bike.
It can handle not being on the jumps. It can handle more bumpy.
The more you're getting in those big transition jumps, more supercrossy stuff or stuff you really, where I don't know. I would say you need to control the attitude. But you have to control the attitude a little bit more, and you really trust the suspension to hit stuff. Generally, if you're a slower rider, it's not a problem. But as you start trying to go fast, you really push through the suspension a little bit more on the off-road bikes, on the jump faces and things like that. It gets sketchy, and it's not because you have to shift. You do not have to shift the FX more. It's the gear ratios are more catered towards off-road, which tends to mean the first gear is lower. And then so first gear is almost unusable on a motocross track. And then so the entire spread of the transmission, and I'd have to actually check my facts on this. I know on the 450 it for sure is a 5-speed wide ratio transmission. I don't know if on the 250 FX if it has the same gearbox as the motocross. So I could be completely wrong. Because sometimes they don't like if you have the 6-speed already, you should be good. But have to go look at the specs on that. Stoned. This is the one question out of the 10 that I have to look at a reference manual. So
you stumped him already.
Okay.
Good job, Stone Cage. You got him.
Yeah, got me. So we do have a Rooster Endo submission tonight. We're gonna get to that. I did have a couple other questions that came in. I didn't read this yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this because it's a Yamaha question. It's Zach Guteninger.
Jimmy, you've been an author. You could probably figure out how to pronounce his name if you try.
I was an editor of a magazine before there was like autocorrect, but I had a really good copy editor. She took care of me.
Nice.
It's Zach he's at Rapid Turkey Farm. Okay. It says, "Hi, Jimmy."
It's rabid turkey.
Rabid turkey. So I should have told Zach. I'm saying I'm gonna reply to him right now and tell him I'm answering your question.
This is a podcast of Jimmy answering
live
your tech questions
right
via
now.
Email. Yeah, that's right. He's typing it right now.
So I think
exciting.
Okay, I'm going to send that, and I'm going to tell him what show in case he can't. It's Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, number 268. Can you believe we've done this 268 times?
Jimmy, no one can question your commitment to.
Oh, yes, they can.
Well, they could, but they'd be bananas. I mean,
yeah.
Your general moto commitment level is high.
2 hours a week, whether I like it or not. It's like penance. I got sentenced. Or no, sentenced. I went to confession. I went to moto confession, and this is my penance.
You're giving back
to
the little people,
to everybody. Okay, I just picked up a 2018 Yamaha WR250F that supposedly has around 4 hours on it. That's good.
Good purchase.
Good, yeah.
Jesus.
It's a fantastic bike. I love the suspension and power delivery. All I had to do was drain the old gas, put new grips as the old ones felt black gummy mess on your hands, and replace the fuel cover as a previous owner's cat clawed the heck out of it.
In Africa.
That's a fuel cover. So that's that little seat, little thing. You know, they have that little cover that goes on the seat.
Ah, okay.
If Selma did that, she'd be in trouble. This is my first fuel-injected bike, and it seems rather lean. Everything is stock except for an FMF 4.1 slip-on. They do not have the original exhaust for me to swap back to try. The baffle is in the airbox, and although I did remove a bit of the throttle stop screw so I could twist my wrist farther, it acted the same before I did that. It kind of feels like it's surging or hunting on steady low speed and pops slightly when you get on the gas. It cleans up and runs good. I talked to FMF to see if there's anything I had to change with just a slip-on. They said no, but they directed me to one of their quiet inserts for a bit more back pressure. That's the correct thing to do. I put it in and it made a bit of a difference and definitely lowered the sound, which I appreciate where I ride. On a prior show, you had Mike from Big On, and another listener reached out with a similar scenario on a 2015. And from what I read on the internet, the comp ECU makes a world of difference. And like him, I cannot locate one. I've got searches on the marketplace in Evil Bay, but nothing pops up. If you have one or a line on one, would you let me know? So I there's a chance I actually have one. And this is what I might have said to the person that he's referring to on the show. There's a chance up on those shelves, up on those stairs.
Could be anything up there.
Well, because almost every year I had a WR and I usually got a competition ECU with it. And generally Yamaha would have me take those off and return the bike to stock before I returned it to them. So I had some laying around. Now, I know that they're not available. It's a shame that they're not available. I wish there was more of a push for it, but I think, you know, that's a kind of an older version and they probably produce a certain number and that's it. When they're gone, they're gone. I would hate to think of how many people actually have those on their bikes and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
that are there. But I'm going to suggest a couple different things that I know of. But anyways, and the reason I can't guarantee you is immediately after this show, I walked through this corridor down my hallway. And have you seen the movie Men in Black?
Yes, a long time ago.
And they hold that thing up and they go, psh, and you forget everything for that period of time. That's what happens on this show. I kid you not. When I walk through that hallway, I get zapped and I forget.
Nice.
So this is why I like to do giveaways and stuff, but I forget who I give away to, and then I have to like watch the show back and then I have to go to the post office and send something. And it's like, oh. But anyways, if somehow I could remember this, I would go up there and look for it. If I had it, I would send it to you because you're on the right path. But so you're
So Zach, just keep emailing him like once a day until he sends you your
He's
thing.
got my email.
Yeah.
It's half the battle. Yeah, so I'm just in the garage. Like, oh, yeah, I need to go upstairs and look for that shelf.
Zach, dude, email me
So
again.
make sure that your throttle stop is cut to the proper length. And I'm sure you can search the internet to find the difference, this throttle stop piece. And I think it's just the same as the one that would be on a standard throttle body for the YZ of that year or the FX of that year, that little throttle stop screw. But you want to make sure it's going wide open, and you can even take it off and index it and see when it gets, it goes from closed to wide open, which is where it's flat. And then you just would, figure out where that is and cut your screw down to that level you want to get that thing wide open because even your ECU is clocked so that it knows what throttle position it has. And when they get up like 70, 80, 90%, if you hold it steady there, it's going to do some weird stuff because it's very rare that you're steady at that position. It knows how to go steady at 100%. So you want to make sure that ECU is getting to 100%. Okay. But the other thing I know you can do is you can get an ECU for a YZ250 FX. The only thing that it will not do is I'm pretty sure your bike has a fan, and it will not run the fan or the lights. So it will run the bike. It will give you that competition in ECU. It'll give you the ability to tune it with the power tuner, but it won't run the lights and it won't run the fan if I'm remembering correctly. And there might have been one other thing, because we talked, because it was hard for me to get the competition ECU for the first 2 to 3 months of the bike was released. But I rode it with the stock muffler, with the baffle, the smallest baffle removed, and it really wasn't that bad, but it did not, like you said, the steady throttle positions. It's just and there's a spot where if you had it only opens up like 3/4, no, maybe not even maybe a quarter of throttle. And like stock has a throttle stop that's really restrictive. Oh yeah, you got to get that airbox intake restriction out as well. That needs to go. You need to have the intake tract as open as possible. But at that throttle stop, it needs to pass a sound test there. So at half throttle, there's some weird ass mapping in there, and every time you go across it, and especially if you hold the throttle at wherever that was, it's going to try to make the bike quiet, which...
they probably my crazy harmonics where it's like, okay, just make a dead spot right here.
It does something with the ignition, with the fueling to make it so that it won't make a lot of noise at that, so it can pass the test. Anyways, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Zach, hopefully I've helped you out there. But yeah, I think if keep looking for those competition ECUs. I don't think they're going to be that easy to find, because they're probably all on bikes, and those bikes are probably running great. But if there's a way you can try an FX ignition from the same time, I think you would be in good shape. So, anyways, now I got some friends asking me for my doctor's phone number. Because I'm such an icon of physical fitness.
Yeah. How do you do it, Jimmy?
Yeah, I did doctors.
It's the 3 tacos for $5.
That's a good deal here. So, okay, that was one of the questions. We got some questions coming through on the thing. And Anthony says, hey, Mike.
Hey, Anthony, what's up?
Anthony's our e-bike tester.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
And what does Stone Cage tell me?
He's back. He needs a secretary to bring you tequila and write down some notes. We do need more administrative help around here.
I've tried this before, but I piss people off. What does Roger Doggerel want to know?
Would you like me to read that? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Roger Doggerel from Facebook asks us, I would like to hear a few words about Anaheim 1 and how 2 32-year-olds won, ! How awesome is that? DeCoster still has that magic touch, or a Supercross talk off limits. Ha ha. Jimmy, what's your reaction to that?
We don't talk about racing on this show.
Nope.
No, we can. So Anaheim 1 was this show is kind of these shows are kind of timeless. Like they're not like the hot topic of the week. It's general info. But Anaheim 1. So the thing you really need to know is that Eli Tomac won with a cable clutch on his KTM, which means that everybody needs to go have I'm surprised nobody has released a cable clutch conversion kit for the KTMs yet. It's coming.
I only vaguely know that that's a thing, that cable clutch is better. Somehow, can you explain why?
Is it?
No, I don't think.
Well, Eli Tomac just won the biggest Supercross of the year, so I guess it's better.
So what's the pitch? What are they trying to sell me?
He likes a cable clutch.
Yeah.
It's just like I like an inertial damper on my front fork.
Mm-hmm.
Does Eli Tomac run an inertial damper on his front fork? Not that we know of. Do you need a cable clutch? So, anyways, how do I feel about 32-year-olds winning? I'm thinking I was in my prime at 32, so it doesn't surprise me. It's, even in the lights class, the 250 class, Max Sandsty won, and, a veteran. And the good thing is you can listen to 15 different podcasts that will talk about it and break it down in depth with really good analysis, and maybe even get some of these guys on their shows, all this stuff. I find it interesting sometimes to listen to it, but other times it's like they talk about so much. What do you call it when you're just speculation? Everything they talk about is kind of They kind of do a little report and then they speculate. What's going to happen next? What's this, that, and that? And it's bench racing, I guess. But I'd rather talk about the bikes. That's why I just went straight to the cable clutch thing. I want to have a reason, a physical reason, because those racers are all freaking head cases. And here is my real answer, Roger, just for you. The 32-year-olds are less head cases than the 25-year-olds and the 18-year-olds. That's it.
Probably true.
They've been through. They have experience. They have they have a method for being there. They're less. For the most part, I think just the experience helps them understand and process things better. And once they get on the track, they're all in the moment. They're working on exactly what is happening right then and there. But that whole lead up to it. That's what tires you out. That's what wears you out. That's what the nerves and the different things can break it down. But these guys that have been doing it for a while, I think their experiences and knowing how to prepare for that and knowing how to tune out the stuff that bothers them and focus on the stuff that helps them go. That's my take on it. So what does DeCoster have to do with it? I wouldn't be surprised if DeCoster machined the part, the clutch part by himself, like literally machined it himself in the KTM shop. That would not surprise me. But anyways, yeah, Supercross talk is off limits. We won't talk about it anymore. Thank you for ruining my show, Roger Doggerel. Roger is Spike Racing, Roger Doggerel. There's probably some Spike stuff up on the board there someplace. I don't know. Let's see. Do I need a fluffer instead of a tequila serving secretary? Well, Mike,
Dude, that's the kind of thinking we need around this operation. That might be your new CEO.
The fluffer, or
No, the person with the fluffer idea. Because if they've got one fluffer idea, there's more fluffer ideas behind that.
okay.
So
Stoned has one more question. He's apologizing already.
Okay. Stone Cage 9071, you're back again. Thank you very much. One more question. Sorry, no need to apologize. That's what we're here for. Jimmy will answer 9 out of 10 of these, but I think he blew your first one, so you got good odds on this one.
Okay.
So back in September, I blew up a 125 or seized it. The kicker wouldn't move at all. The shifter was like limp, man, and the bike wouldn't go into neutral, period. Jimmy, what are your thoughts? How do you diagnose that?
Okay, but his question goes on to the next thing.
Oh, geez. Okay. He continues.
He gets so excited he hits enter before he's done.
Yeah, I totally get that. I think I may have cold seized it. I don't know what that means. I didn't warm it up too much, but I'd like to know your opinion. I probably let it run for about 2 minutes before I got on it, man. He's a ripper. He's got places to go. Got no time to wait.
Hey,
He's born to shred. What happened?
as far as fluffers and stuff go, to just bring it full circle here, this is my illegal mezcal. This was one of the viewers of the show imported this into the country for me.
In their butt.
No.
Oh, sorry. I kind of jumped to a conclusion.
Yeah, they actually sent it to me as candy, or toys. Yeah, it's toy. I treat it like a toy. So illegal mezcal.
Thank you, viewer. We appreciate you.
He's one of our Mexican viewers, so it's not illegal. It's very legal. But this is a mezcal, a very smoky, nice blend. This is a custom bottle. This is lot number 397. It's bottle 4,053 out of 13,680. So it's really hard to get. Yeah, allegedly.
Okay. Well,
Cheers.
Here's to that.
Yeah.
I'll sip this one.
So if you warmed your bike up for 2 minutes, it's probably not a cold seize. But then I don't know. I don't know what temperature you started at, where you're at, high elevation and or super cold temperatures, something like that. I start my bike up, my two-stroke, actually any bike. I start my bike up and I pretty much ride it away. I go out of the property here, so I'm riding at like 3 to 5 miles an hour, and then I stop and I, close my gate, and then I take off down the road, and I get it up to about 45 miles an hour for, how far was it, the taco shop?
That's 175 meters.
Okay. Nuh-uh, it's 300 meters. It's 300 meters. I know this from how many road books I've made out. Anyways, so it's...
I knew you'd know the number. That's what's
oh, hey, he says he's blaming YouTube. 300 meters down there, and then I slow down, make a right-hand turn, and I cruise at 45 miles an hour. And if I'm on a two-stroke specifically, especially my 125 when I'm doing it, and Jimmy Tyler was sitting in that chair last week, he could tell me he was. I was I'd on off, and kind of just checking it to make sure that it was there was some oil in the gas. You know what I mean? So. It's hard to cold seize. Well, I forgot to change the camera angle. I got all so excited about the mezcal.
We're back.
Yeah, Mr. Happy got in the way of the camera. Mr. Happy? There's so many things I've forgotten to say on this show already. But anyways, I don't think that would have been a cold seize, but it could have been. I mean, if you just take it and then just start sending it like in deep sand or right up a hill where there's a big load, we're on level, flat ground here, so you can really be gentle on the throttle. But the Kickstarter wouldn't move at all, and the shifter was like limp. Now, the shifter being limp is kind of weird. Well, if it locked up, it might have just locked up and put a bind on the entire transmission and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on there that it's hard to diagnose over the YouTubes because they won't let you write too much. Does that mezcal go well with ice? I don't know. I always drink at room temperature, like a good Mexican should. Yeah, so. Okay, a couple other things coming up. Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, end of January. I think January 28th. That's the hot shoe. I have a hot shoe right here. It's a charity fundraiser event. Gene Woods has the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. These are called Heart Shoes, and they raise money by inducting legends of the motorcycle sport into the Hall of Fame. And it's really cool. It's a great event. I don't want to say it's on the 28th of January. I'm thinking you can register online. It's 100% free. You don't even have to give him money so he can give people in need some shoes. You can just show up, hang out with some legends of the sport. Jerry Bernardo is the MC.
Ah, cool.
It's a good fun time, and you can watch me get smoked this year in the go-karts because I haven't been down there practicing. And Stone Cage drops the Canadian info. 1,000 elevation. It was probably 5 Celsius. That's 1,000 meters. And guess what? He was on it. He was
fully on
it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's how he lives his life, I can tell.
I would
Full
say,
gas.
Bro,
uh-huh.
you can't get on it if just 2 minutes if the temperature, at the races, even at these arena cross races and stuff, the guys warm the bikes up pretty good outside. They don't even ride them. They just warm up. They're checking the radiator before they go down to the start line because you can't run it for very long down at the start line. Mm-hmm. Just know your size. 5 Celsius is pretty low. I don't even know what that is, but it's cold.
No one's ever survived that temperature.
Michael Pounds 9300 has a question.
Oh, hey, Michael Pounds 9300. Hello, Michael. Hey, Mike, nice to see you. You two back. Thanks for tuning in. Got to say I enjoy using Rally Navigator. Thank you very much. Longtime user, just renewed. Open Rally GPX is awesome. Thanks. The Open Rally GPX has actually just been amazing. My partner and good friend, Dave Peckham, kind of came up with that, and it's just a GPX file, but we can attach all kinds of cool stuff to that for Rally. So all of the locations of the scoring waypoints, the start and finish of speed zones, the speed limits, all the radiuses and stuff. So that little file can come right out of Rally Navigator and go into almost any of the Rally scoring boxes in the world to run the timing and scoring. And then also all of the digital road books we can put in the GPX file the full image of the road book too, which is just awesome for event organizers and people who just want to mess around with tablets or use really high-end road book readers like Tower One. But thanks for the nice words. Glad you're having fun. And yeah, have fun riding road books. That's what it's all about. So thanks for writing in. Appreciate it.
Can you sell me a road book?
Can I sell you a road book?
No, him.
Oh, call me later. I've got road books for sale.
Road books for sale.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So open rally. What? It's kind of funny because I'm still resisting of this because I have found that that somehow there's a way, and this is getting super geeky, that I don't even know what it is, but somehow it's not the exact drawing that I made. Things change a little bit. Am I correct in that?
I just do that for your account special though.
It's just, yeah. Okay.
For training.
Yeah.
Works good for everybody else.
I know. I'm the only guy that's complaining about this, right? Am I really the only guy? I prefer a PDF.
I think,
I
well, dude, at our age, we're
okay. I just haven't
boys,
adapted.
Bro. We're dinosaurs.
But sometimes there's certain things, there's certain elements that I put into the drawing that don't seem like they translate straight over, and I don't know what it is. I can't pick it out. Like, am I right or not?
I wouldn't want to disagree with you on your own show, so I'm going to say you are correct, and it's my fault.
Oh, that was too easy. And Devil's Rumble 71
it's
says
pointless to resist.
So is Devil's Rumble, is that Victor's sub secret account? The Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, is it really the 31st? I don't remember. I think I might have put it in my calendars or whatever. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. It is the 31st. I think because that is a Saturday, and that's when it usually is. So yeah, Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, January 31st. Hopefully, I didn't get everybody to book hotels on whatever I said, 28th or something.
Yeah, be there early.
Well, if you go get there early, the good thing is you just go hang out at Gene's go-kart track and just book races and see if you can get onto the top 10 of the month or something.
Like on the heads up display
thing there. Yeah. Michael Pounds, he can send me a road book for me to critique. That costs money.
Send him a long one, really long one. He likes it.
Yeah. I caught Victor. I caught Victor.
I knew that was like butt related somehow.
Yeah.
His BDSM moniker.
Yeah. Oh boy. So okay. What else? I was gonna pimp some other stuff. I saw the bulletproof design. I've got to do a video about what I saw at the AIM Expo. Scott, you might not know Scott. Scott is from Dirt Bike Test. He does one or two things a year, usually the hour meter of the Triumph. He likes to let us know where every 20 to 30 minutes he puts an update on the hour meter. He did a thing at the AMS Expo on the new 6D helmet, which integrates a goggle into the helmet. So you know how us adventure guys, and I say adventure guys loosely, but we have the shields, the modular helmet, not modular, but the pull down shields. And then they've kind of got something that's similar. It just opens up the field of view, which when Bob Weber from 6D, he was trying to explain it to me and show me all this stuff. And I'm like, no, I wear those adventure helmets all the time, so I'm very aware of the wide field of view, which is kind of cool. But I was just really curious about the dust sealing and some other stuff that they have. The venting. They look like they've got their venting down, but I have to test it, until we see it. But saw some. So the products that I saw. So there was a lot of Chinese manufacturers. We'll just call them Asian manufacturers, mostly China. There was, again, every different kind of Suron-esque knockoff.
I can't imagine. They've got to be cranking out like
they're knocking them out, but at least they're changing some things. And this is the thing I'm starting to see from, quote, China. And the Cove, or Cove A, however you're supposed to say it, the Cove Rally 450 was the first thing that really, caught my attention. It's like, hey, look, they've knocked off something else that we really want, which is a 450 adventure rally bike thing. But after looking at it closely, and this is 4 years ago, looking at it closely, it's not really a knockoff other than there's nothing that I would say is super original. It's just they took elements from everything, copied those different things, but then blended them into their own motorcycle. So that's 3 years ago. And they can copy everything real quick, but to actually sort of make it their own. But now, like these Surons, the electric, this Suron's the one we're familiar with. I don't know which was the first one, but that kind of platform. But now there must have been 35 different versions of that, and they're like 3 years ago they're all exactly the same. Now they're all a little bit different. They've got their own weird shock linkage, and they've got their own battery design, and the motor might be a little different, but it's kind of that same mountain bike-esque electric thing platform. And they're obviously selling, and they can see how many are selling, and they want to sell more. Dealers are interested in getting things that move off their floor. Kids are out riding these things around town, starting their own Willy Boy clans or whatever they've got going on. I'm hoping that it's good for the future of my sport, riding dirt bikes. I'm hoping that these kids, right after they, go to juvie a couple times before they turn 18, and then they get out, and then they have to kind of keep straight and clean, but then they finally get a job, maybe work in construction or in the trades, and they make a little bit of money, and they go, I like riding dirt bikes. And they go to the Yamaha dealer, which is what I would do if I'd had that path. I'd go to the Yamaha dealer, and I'd buy a YZ125, and I wouldn't hold it wide open like Stone did. And he said there was a loud bang when his bike blew up. That's not good. That sounds catastrophic.
He gave even more gas after that.
I wonder if he did a downshift instead of an upshift while he was holding it wide open. But
that explains the limp shifter.
So yeah. So back to the whole transmission go cockeyed if you do that. I would go to my Yamaha dealer and I'd buy a YZ125. I'd say, hey, I was a troubled youth. I was riding these electric bikes. I got in trouble because I was, holding it at 12 o'clock, down Main Street trying to impress the ladies. I go to the Yamaha dealer, get myself a YZ125, keep it on the straight and narrow. Instead of spending my money on drugs and bad stuff, I'd be using it to keep my bike prime, new tires on it, clean air filter, change the oil, and pay my entry fee to the track. I'd be going and training on my motocross bike. That's what I'd be doing.
That's good clean living.
It all starts with a journey to your Yamaha dealer, and you can tell them Dirt Bike Test sent you. So that's the
that got me started, man.
That's the way it is.
WR250 is my first motorcycle I had, and I rode the shit out of that thing for a bunch of years and didn't let me down. It was a good bike.
Gary Drummond wants to know, where is the kitty? Well, I fed her right after that video, and that's really all that cat likes. It's motivated by food, and me and Mike ate all the tacos in here, so there's no more food in here, so the kitty could care less about this show and giving you, that's a code. Where's the kitty? Not on this show, buddy.
Oh, yeah. He needs to hang out with the Devil's Rumble.
Okay.
Those guys have
what does Stone Cage want to know now?
Stone Cage, very engaged participant this evening. Good to hear from you again. Jimmy and Mike, could you tell me how you got into riding dirt bikes? What keeps you motivated out without feeling burned out, working on and riding at the same time? That's a great question. Why don't you answer that, Jimmy?
I'll start.
It's your show.
Okay, I'll start. So I just take it back to the very first time I rode a motorcycle. When I rode a motorcycle, I guess that to me is what people say when they experience their first shot of heroin or do some fentanyl or some drug or something. Like they talk about this incredible experience that they have that will never be replaced. This is what happened when I rode a motorcycle. I'd ridden BMX bikes. I'd done all stuff. When I rode a motorcycle, is like right into the side of my friend's mom's car, by the way. That's where I rode my first motorcycle, right into the side of the car. Man, I got up quick, and I figured if I didn't get up and pretend like that didn't happen or whatever, and I don't know about the dent I put in or whatever, but like I had to keep riding. I had to ride because I knew that that could have ended right there, but there's no way. I knew that's what I liked. I love this. This is bitching. And to this day, almost every time I get to go riding, I have a sensation that is somewhat like that. I'm stoked. Yeah. I don't care how much work it is to get there. And that's why I'm willing to put the work in to get there. That's why I've tailored my life around doing what I do. That's why I give you these 2 hours of penance every week in, week out, except for the weeks that I take off or I forget how to turn the show on or I go riding and I get back and I'm too tired to do the show. Or I want to go riding tomorrow morning because I want to get up early because it rained last night, and then I want to ride in no dust and perfect traction. But those are all other things.
We made it today, and that's one victory at a time.
Yeah.
Good job.
I didn't ride today. No, I didn't ride today because I'm gonna go riding for like a week and a half.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
I'll be okay. I'll get it in spades. So I don't get burnt out because I still like it. Even when I was racing, I managed how much I rode, or I always did fun riding, even if I was really concentrating on getting better at one thing or practicing or training for a certain discipline of racing that I was doing. And I did motocross, I did off-road, I did enduro, I did rally, I did desert, I did all everything, backyard supercross.
Oh, we've heard.
Yeah. Did I tell you? So I just and so if I start getting burnt out, I never really get burnt, but if I get a little bit burnt out on one thing, I just go try to ride something different, or I ride a different bike. I mean, I was talking last week on the show. I rode 2 different electric bikes. I rode everything from a Husaberg 650 to a YZ125. I rode an adventure bike, 2 different adventure bikes, all within the span of like a week. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's good times.
Yeah.
So
well, yeah, you've and Stone Cage. Yeah, I think the reason I don't get burned out riding is because I get to ride with some reason or purpose quite a bit. Like same as you, Jimmy. You're usually riding like, hey, I'm either testing this, or I'm going to produce this, or I'm preparing for this event. Like you're riding for a reason, not just like, hey, I'm going to go out to the play area and just go drive in circles next to my truck for an hour and a half. Like that wouldn't really hold my attention. But I've been lucky like following in with you or Rebel Rally or speaking of Rebel Rally. Emily Miller right
wow,
there.
that was a weird time. Want to bring her on the show?
Yeah, we're riding for some sort of reason. So here's our boss at Rebel Rally, Emily Miller.
Hey, Emily Miller, welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. Thanks for calling in. How can we help you tonight?
Hi.
Hi, yeah, you're live on the show. We were just Mike literally just said Rebel Rally. Mike Shirley's my co-host tonight, by the way.
Hi, Emily.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah. So it's nice to have girl voices on this very boy show. By the way.
Yeah, Steph is here too. Larry Giles is here.
Yep.
So,
Nice. You guys are all
really
live.
happy to
This
be on
is
the
great.
show.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. Can I answer your motorcycle product related question? Because I want to get back because Mike was telling us why he likes riding motorcycles so much, and I was about to interrupt him because he said he doesn't like riding around the truck for like an hour or two. So which I can do. That's like track riding stuff.
Okay, well here's why I called.
Okay.
You want to know why I called?
Okay. I'm scared because it could involve work.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Unless it involves right, or is Larry watching and Larry made you call because you knew I would pick up the phone?
No, we were talking about King of the. We were like, wait, it's Tuesday. We're gonna call. I said we're calling Jimmy, and then we said, wait, it's Tuesday. I wonder if he's on the show. And Larry said, well, let me turn it on. I said, no, we're calling Jimmy.
Okay, yeah.
So here's the thing. I posted. So you posted yesterday about King of the Motos.
Yes, trying to get Justin for the King of the Motos. Justin is looking for some volunteers.
Volunteers, yeah. Correct, yes. And so I wrote on your page, I said, okay, hang on, I'm going to read it.
Okay.
You started this mayhem, best race at the Hammers, and way to kick it off. And I get no love. No. So I'm kicking it back to the history of King of the Motos, which is why I know you.
Oh.
And you started that race. And
yes.
We would always. Can I say this on Tech Talk? We always.
Well, as long as you're talking about me, it's
Jimmy
open
Lewis?
game.
I say, okay, where's Jimmy Lewis? Like, I've got to find Jimmy. Where's Jimmy? and we need to talk to you. And, you can never find you on the lake bed, and there's no cell service, and I'm not driving that stupid cell phone bush. And I'm like, where is Jimmy? And then it started being, fucking Jimmy. Where is Jimmy? We're fucking Jimmy. And then now, today on the Rebel Rally, Larry's telling me to cut it off because I'm not supposed to say that. But
oh, yeah, we just lost our rated G rating.
We've been demonetized.
Sorry.
That's okay.
And so now we still say that on the Rebel, but it's usually related to when people get frustrated because the course is hard. They go, effing Jimmy. Mm-hmm. So, but you know what? You didn't even respond to my comment on social. And I hate the socials.
Well, I think I hate it more than you. And I've explained this to people in general that unfortunately I need the socials to promote some of the different things I do, because if I didn't, nobody would know. I mean, if you don't shove it down someone's throat these days via social media, nobody pays attention. Like, I really need people that are watching this show or listening to this show or whatever right now. You should send this damn show to your friend. You should get your friend. Like right now, I can see we have 24 million people watching this show live right now. Mm-hmm. This needs to be 40. Yeah. It needs to be 48 million by the time we sign off, and we only have another half an hour. Anyways, get your friends to join in and watch this, and I'll answer your question. Actually, we have people in our chat with these millions of people. People in our chat are answering other people's questions, because Eric Mattson just commented that two-strokes need to be jetted richer for cold temperatures. So that means that Stone Cage, if he would have heard from Eric Mattson before or watched this show, like your friend should be right now that you should send this show to, you would have this knowledge and you wouldn't seize your YZ125 and you wouldn't be without a bike since September. So that's I don't know how to.
What are you talking about?
I don't know how to roll it all into a tighter, a more concise ball. But back to the social medias that you need to share all this stuff on. I generally treat it like a toilet. Like the social media is very much like a toilet to me, where I go onto the social media and I put something in it and then I push flush. No, I mean send. I push send or post or whatever it is, and I don't look at it anymore. I'm done with it. It goes away. And every once in a while, when I'm in line in the DMV or doing something else that's really super interesting, stuck at a car accident in some remote desert highway, and I have really nothing else to do, then I might comment or go back and read the comments.
Huh.
Yeah. So
okay.
It helps my mental state.
I think we need to start like a signal chat. I mean, everybody's talking about how social media is on the way out because everybody's so tired of like AI generated content and all the BS. And so like you got to have like these own like small like signal chats, like terrorists use in our government and all these kind of things. So why not have a signal Tech Talk Taco Tuesday signal chat?
It could be so exclusive we could get down to one listener.
But I have another question. Totally random. What did Shirley say?
He said it could be so exclusive we'd get down to one listener. Yeah, that's why. Hold on a second.
Good point.
I'm gonna plug.
Very focused.
I'm gonna try to plug you into the soundboard here. Hold on a second. That way you can hear everything.
Oh, it's a guarantee hang up. Bye, Emily.
Are you there? Can you hear us now?
Wait, is Mike Shirley at your
Yeah,
at the
I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, live and in person, live in the studio.
Yeah, he flew me down on the big Jimmy Lewis jet.
Yeah, the corporate jet brought him down here.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's wearing the beanie? Larry just. Oh, you're both wearing beanies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was wearing a Rebel beanie most of the day, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good thing. That is a good thing.
I was repping, to my cat. Because I really don't leave the premises, and the cat's the only person that cares what I do.
Is Selma now making Tech Talk Taco Tuesday?
Well, she did the promo reel for it. Didn't you watch my socials?
Mm-hmm. She's a new creative director.
Okay, so speaking of socials, can I just throw this out to your audience?
Okay.
How many people are waking up at like 3 a.m. right now in California and Nevada and trying to figure out what is going on in the Dakar?
We haven't even talked about Dakar other than Mike is Rally Navigator.
What? So, yeah. I mean, it was the marathon stage. What did you think of the marathon stage?
Well, they're not done with it yet. They're probably riding it.
I mean, after day one of the marathon.
So I think the last couple days didn't shake out the way that anybody expected them to.
Yeah.
So I think there was a lot of strategies that were talked about, and they all had a couple different ideas on what would happen, and either the terrain and or the road book or the description of the terrain leading into it kind of gave them some false pretenses.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that I don't know. I think everybody's doing kind of what they're doing, what they're good at. I think Ricky has lost a little bit more time than he would have liked. Sanders is doing what Sanders does. Benavides shocked everybody.
Yeah.
Preston Campbell is riding an excellent race.
Oh, yeah.
He's the standout to me.
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then
no penalties also.
Yeah, no penalties, which is
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it's and then a lot of the other kids that I've worked with are doing really good.
About the socials.
Okay, the socials. We're back to that.
I want to hear about what happened in the race. And the socials on Dakar are talking about how Damian Sanders picks an apple out of a bucket of apples at the bivouac. Did you see that?
No,
that's what they're posting.
Really? You know what? I did notice that their coverage got a little bit funky this year. They brought in some celebrities to do some different things, and it's like they don't really tell me enough about what's going on during the race, but they tell me some other stuff that I could care less about. But then again, I'm
Damian Sanders picks an apple.
Daniel Sanders did some apple picking. Do you see this, Mike?
Yeah, he did.
I think he lives on an apple farm in Australia.
Oh, he does.
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
But, really? Well, I
believe so.
They didn't explain that.
Maybe someone could comment in our chat. Is Daniel Sanders an apple farmer?
Yeah. Hey, Rapid Turkey Farm said I nailed his name. Well, that's let's see. I didn't remove the intake baffles. I thought it might extra air might make it leaner. Thanks for answering. Yes.
We're still trying to run a motorcycle show here, Emily.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm really sorry.
That's okay. Does Larry have a motorcycle question?
Yeah.
Larry.
Yes, I got a couple of questions.
Okay, here we go.
By the way, I can't see the bottle of tequila that you got on there.
It's just since you asked, I'll bring it up here. It's not tequila. It's a mezcal. It's called illegal mezcal that a fan. Yeah, illegal. It's legal, but it's illegal. A fan sent it to us here on the show. So me and Mike, it's nice. This is pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's just nice.
And Mike's not a big.
Did you send him the last time? We just sent you a bottle of tequila.
Oh, hold on.
It's somewhere.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, does this look familiar? So live interaction here on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. So yeah, this one we had this on the show a couple weeks ago. That's why it's right behind me because it's there in case of emergency. I have a couple emergency stashes around this premises. Okay, so Larry, I can answer your questions. And Frank White, Frank from ATK says, "Glad you're still there." Well, I'm glad I'm still here too.
Me too, Jimmy.
Back to the Dakar. Give me your top 4 that you think are going to do the best.
Of the remaining stages.
Like
Ricky.
What's your prediction?
I'm just all in for Ricky. I think Ricky's. He wants to win. I know how bad he wants to win. I know how much he's been training, how much he's been working for it, and I guarantee you that guy's doing everything he can to win. So.
By the way, great job on training Sarah.
Yeah, she had an unfortunate day 1, I believe it was.
Day 1.
She tore some parts off of her car. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't think they were expecting to be driving in big deep ruts the whole time. so in those rocks it was catastrophic. But yeah, no, Sarah's doing great. Sarah and Sean are just chugging right along, and that Defender program looks like it's pretty top flight. So it's good for her to be on that. And everybody, that's Sarah. So we're talking about Sarah Price, who is American. She's the first American girl to win a stage, and driving in the stock class in the cars.
Which they're including in the coverage, which I've never seen them cover stock.
Do you notice Defender's one of the main sponsors on the sponsor profile?
Through how that worked out.
So, okay, Larry,
But she's been super competitive against Petterhansel.
Petterhansel's out,
Consistently.
right? Is he out, or he managed to finish?
No, he's out. He's back in.
He's way back.
But he's way back.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, hey, I still have a trophy on my wall from the one time I beat Stefan Peterhansel. It's like I got like 4th or something like that on a stage in a Nevada rally, and everybody's like, "Why is that one up there?" You know, because there's a lot of better ones, and it's like right on the back. It's written. It's like, "This is the day I beat Stefan Peterhansel." So okay, back to the show, Larry. Motorcycle question.
Okay. Tires.
You've cost us 1 million viewers, by the way, but keep going.
Okay. In the Dakar Rally, on the bikes, what kind of tires are they running? And are they changing different tires throughout the race, and why, if they do?
So most of them are running a very specific rally spec tire. So the majority are probably on Michelin. I know that Metzler has a version as well. Those are the two probably main brands for the motorcycles that they're running, and it's a rally spec tire with a more robust, very robust carcass and a kind of a shorter, more durable knob pattern. So the knobs aren't too tall because they don't want them to tear off on the high speeds. In the Rally GP class, the pro riders have to declare a tire that they will run for the entire race. So the type of tire, and they are only allowed to run that tire the whole time. In the other class, the Rally 2 class or the lesser classes, Malimoto, they can change different types of tires. They can go to like a more enduro tire on the sandier sections, for instance. But they're allowed to change the tires, every day, except in the marathon stage, they have to make their tires last 2 stages. So that's the tire in a nutshell, if that helps.
Which a couple of days ago, that was like 1,600 kilometers or something between the 2 days.
Yeah, with the transfer and everything, it was a long ways.
Long day.
Yeah. I mean, that's like what we do on our tires when we're pre-running for Nora. You know, we'll do 1,600 kilometers on a tire, maybe a little bit less before, and they're smoked. And
I gas it. I'm on the gas. You know me.
Like
your man there.
Yeah.
I start the bike up and it's on.
Yeah.
Larry knows that too. He rode with me last year.
You just left Larry out in the desert for the most part.
He's a dude. He's first aid certified. I knew he'd be fine.
Yeah, Larry was one of our moto medics on the Nora Mexico 1000. For anybody that's curious, so I had him on the show. Larry's been on the show before.
Nice.
He was going to answer medical emergency questions, and basically he told me you need to be prepared to stop the bleeding.
Yeah. That carry a lot of Band-Aids.
That's tourniquet. And the funny thing, and this is really so my pack that I carry has evolved now to where one of the things that's sitting on the top of my pack now is the tourniquet, the field tourniquet, and it's not still in its packaging. It's set up so that I can just bust it out, open it up, slide it on something, and do it. Mostly in case I have to self-administer, which I never want to have to do, but just in case, but that way it's ready to go, and I don't have to fumble with it. So thank you, Larry.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You saved my life.
Save a life.
Yeah. So we try not to ever, never have to use that stuff, but it's always good to know.
Yeah. Well, thanks for answering that question on the tires. I was really curious because I've seen quite a bit of like different terrain, a lot of rocks, a lot of sand, and just wide open riding. And I'm like, man, it's like, that's a long race. It's like, how are they going to keep those tires intact? So
yeah, lots of new tire every day. It's nice to be a factory rider or to have a big budget to do that.
Hey, question related to Larry's question for the Malimoto guys. I know they can carry an extra wheel set. But do they go to the tire truck and get new tires mounted throughout the rally too?
Yeah, so they can take their extra wheel set and have it changed.
Okay.
So they have a fresh set of tires on their wheel set, and then they just swap wheels. So technically, they could switch wheels every time a factory rider could switch wheels, but they can only use 2 sets of wheels. Like if they destroy a wheel, they no longer have that wheel, and then you'd have to take the wheel off your bike, take it to the tire truck, have them do it, and then bring it back.
Gotcha.
So, glad I can be of some help tonight. Okay, Emily.
Larry, ask him something real hard, really hard.
Really hard.
I already referred to my one reference manual, or I claimed ignorance because I didn't know the answer to some question.
Anything with math would be a real curveball on this show.
Can I get another one of those champagnes of beers, by the way?
Yeah. Okay. Let me check out for my guest host.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No worries.
Right here.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Ching. I knew.
I thought you were really going to get up.
I knew what I was doing when I got in this job.
Okay, Emily. Was there anything else important that I have to think about work related?
That you want to discuss
No,
live,
good.
live on the podcast.
Just hurry up and come home from Nora.
Well, I'll do my best, but I mean I'm trying to enjoy myself down in Mexico riding dirt bikes.
We have new terrain to explore.
Work on.
Right?
Yeah, well, that's always the case. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll do our best. So thanks.
When do you guys leave for Nora? Go down there and scout.
It could be tomorrow. Could be the next day. It's kind of like at this point we're in a sort of a holding pattern, but we have a trajectory that we're working on. There's some hiccups, we like to call it. So, you know what? Gary Drummond says the IRC M5B would be the win for tires. That tire, I tell you what, that tire would work really good in the sand until all of the knobs flew off because of the temperature. So, okay, guys, Emily, I'm gonna hang up on you, and we'll keep in touch. So thanks for sharing my post for Justin, because I like Justin. I'm glad he's keeping the King of the Motos alive, because somebody needed to. And if you want to get a really up close and personal view of the race, go and volunteer. That would help Justin out a whole bunch.
It's the best spectating in motorsports, man. Go volunteer for King of the Hammers. I'm telling you, you can't get any closer.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, everybody. That was our boss, Emily Miller from the Rebel Rally, which is an all-women's off-road car navigation rally. We use Rally Navigator on that too.
Yep.
Mike makes the road books for that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I make a couple of them, but mine aren't that good. They usually come in and Emily used some bad words to describe what the girls say to me after they do my road
You
book.
get to do the fun ones.
Yeah.
All the weird stuff.
So Gary Drummond says, bummer that California won't let Yamaha sell the WRs here. I had to buy a Sherco instead. Well, at least you got a blue one. Mm-hmm. But I think, Gary, I hate to say it, but if you were... Your Sherco is probably more illegal than you going out of state to buy a WR and bringing it back to California.
I didn't know you couldn't buy the WR in California.
Yeah, Yamaha will not. Yamaha doesn't sell them, mostly because they interpret the laws to say that maybe they would get in trouble for it.
Gotcha.
And it's because of an evaporative emissions device, which
their canister deal?
it's like you can buy a YZ all day long, but since the WR has the lights on it, it could infer that it could be used off-road. It needs to have meet a certain evaporative emissions standard. It's crazy. Welcome to California. Mm-hmm. You live in a state where everybody thinks you're a Nazi if you ride a dirt bike.
You should run your emissions tube all the way over the state line of Nevada, so it just emits over here.
Generally, the trade winds pretty much blow everything into Nevada anyway. So, like, I'm glad that California's cleaning up there, because as me being right here on the border, I get really clean air coming right across. So you do whatever you do.
I can smell it. Keep it up, California.
Yeah,
we appreciate your effort.
Yeah, and like you guys, he's up in NorCal. IRC MB5 for the Ween, at least at NorCal NAR. So. Yeah, tires are the cool thing is there's so many different tires. You can find something that works for you, and then you can talk to your buddy about it. Then you can get in an argument about it. And I converted you. You were on certain tires, and now you're on my old tire. We're not going to talk about because I can't even remember the name of the old tire that I used to run.
The new name on it.
Now I'm on Pirellis.
I've heard those are good.
They are good, and the Rally Spec tire, the Pirelli Rally Spec tire, which is their sister company to Metzler and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I actually think the Pirelli Rally tire is a little bit better than the Metzler, me personally. But I will have those on my bike when I go to Nora.
Okay.
I need to get a resupply at the moment. I'm actually doing a little testing of some things.
Okay.
So
I just need something that's speed rated for 130 miles an hour, or
right.
I'm not even signing up.
Your new. I know what I dropped. I dropped the mouse. Something fell off the table here, and
Sorry,
I'm like,
listeners. We'll be back in a second. Hold on. Jimmy's going to crawl under. This is my job as a co-host to fill in the airwaves when you crawl under the table looking for a mouse.
I'm looking for the mouse.
I think you found it.
No, I found the microphone. Hey, nobody's sponsored the segment for me not to read Jerry's book. So if you don't want me to read a segment from Coffee Brewed with a Graveyard Mist, actually,
there's a whole chapter where his cat dies. Jimmy's going to read it out. It's really, really depressing. Dave Ritter, what year did you ride Dakar, and what bikes were they? There you go. That's fun to talk about.
we're talking about myself again.
Yeah.
Good.
Actually, I'm talking about myself first.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I let you. I think well, that's how you tell stories. I rode the
My
Dakar.
stories aren't Dakar.
I rode half of the Dakar in 1996 on a KTM 620. I rode the entire Dakar in 1997 on a KTM 640. And then for 2 years, I rode the factory BMW 900RR, and that would be in the year 2000 and the year 2001.
How much horsepower did that bike have?
A lot.
I can't even imagine.
Well, it really, I mean, it was fast. It went 142. Now I forgot. I mean, you used to know exactly how it went 142 miles an hour in the dirt. It was fast, and I mean to go more than like 120 in the dirt.
Kilometers,
and it was kind of sandy where we did it. We did it in Dubai. We were just testing stuff because we had a 1200 cc engine that we could have run, but it came with a weight penalty, and our engines were really their factory, and we had this 900. They had an 800, a 900. I think 11 something and a 12 something, but we call it the 1200.
That you could pick from all those motors?
Well, we could, but the weight penalty, it was like a 40 kilo or 40 pound, 20 kilo weight going between a 900 and a 1200. They had some regulations. So we got to try it.
Oh,
I mean, BMW wanted us to try the different engine configurations. And so one of the things we did is we went out and did top speed. And the 900 actually went faster because it revved farther, and it was really all about how much revs you could generate. And I think on paper the other one's supposed to go faster, but it was all about spinning. It was kind of spinning. So, this is the kind of question. Yeah, the kind of question that we like to get on this show that we can answer. It's my girlfriend, and this is from JK Poopo1. Poopo. JK Poopo1 says, my girlfriend says my testicles are very low for my age. Is this because I have been riding dirt bikes for 35 years? Well, speaking from experience, I think that if you're doing your dirt bike riding and you're doing it properly, it keeps your testicles kind of like tight. Yeah, tighter up because you don't want to get them smashed. So I think, is your girlfriend seeing those jewels hanging after you get out of the hot tub or something like that? Because temperature may not be your friend when you're measuring the drop of the old gonads, as they say. Maybe
I should come crawling out of the ocean or something another time to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, just and maybe you're living. I mean, JK Poopo, kind of, that's a Hawaiianish kind of name or something. Maybe they're on the islands and it's warm. I try to read into a lot of different things here. So yeah, Polynesian or something like that. Now, I would think if you're riding dirt bike for 35 years, you're going to have a tight lower segment. I mean, you're going to, because you have to clinch a lot and hang on to the bike and stuff like that. I would suspect if you were like, what would make your would make those dudes drop? Like, I don't know. I have mine are fine. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
They only touch my kneecap every once in a while.
Maybe he's like 100 years old.
I have to. Yeah, well, 35 years riding dirt bikes. Yeah,
He started when he was like 60.
well, see, I always think that they're like me, and so if he said he's been riding for 35 years, that means he's 40 years old. So not like you, Mike. See, now you're going to the different.
I'm late to the game, man. I'm making up for it though.
Yeah. So we can answer all of your questions here. Hey, there's another really important question that we have to get to that I got on my emails. This is it right here. Michael Cox emailed me, and this is going to lead us right into our other next most famous segment. He says, hello, Jimmy. In a recent episode, I need to hold on a second. Mike has the code. This is the suggested reply is Mike has the codes for you, but no, hold on. I'm going to say, Michael, I wish I could just text to talk right now. We are answering your question.
He's going to print this
live
out and put it on his wall for the
on
rest of his life.
the show right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm. You know what? I'm going to send it the way it just. I'm not even going to autocorrect that thing.
Yeah,
I just
good enough.
because I typed it.
It's more real.
Yeah, it's just like this. So it says, "Hello, Jimmy. In a recent episode, you said to email you for discount codes for your sponsors," which I do say. Could I please get codes for Takamoto, Kim, and Scott? Kim.
and Scott.
Kim.
They just got married.
I don't have Kim and Scott. I don't know, but I have Climb.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times I can hook you up with a Climb discount code. It's actually a pretty good one sometimes. Climb, makers of this beanie that I'm wearing right now. And that was the only piece. I wore some other Climb thing today.
Yeah, sorry.
I actually put my Climb windstopper gloves on, I think, when I went and dried off a motorcycle today. He says, thanks in advance, and he loves our show. Well, so I only have sponsor codes for certain sponsors or partners or whatever it is. I have some, and if you are usually a little more articulate and you don't just list off every sponsor that you think we have and think there's a discount code is going to drop out, I'm of the belief that you don't just get stuff for free or minimum effort. You have to work for it. So if you would tell me, I would like to get this from Takamoto, or I would like to get this from Kim and this from Scott, just don't go crazy, but just put some effort into it. Maybe, the discount code for Takamoto. It was all you had to do was send a picture of your dirt bike in and tell us a little bit about it. And if you would have done that on the last show, on the recent episode, you would have won, and I would have sent you $100 of Takamoto discount.
You blew it, bro.
Just like our good friend. So Michael, now you know. And just like our good friend, there's a name I just saw scroll through there that could involve a lot of money. Darren. And then I'm going to go to this other screen because I actually have to do some of that work I was talking about. It's called Rooster Endo. And see all these pictures. None of those pictures.
Wow.
That's Ricky Brabeck's bike there on the screen right now. No, I'm serious.
Is that his second Dakar victory?
That's that one. Let's see if it copies it over here. Oh, no, don't do that. I almost blew up the show. Hold on, there's another folder I have to grab, and I have to do this while you're watching this on the screen, and it's called Unnamed. Unnamed is going to go to here. There we go. There's Unnamed. This is the bike. So this is how you technically get a discount code to Takamoto. Because this is the only submission that we got for this segment. So this will, by default, win
Congratulations.
$100. Congratulations. Thanks to Takamoto. That's takamoto.co. But not without providing us some enjoyment. Right? Darren says, Jimmy, here's my XR400 entry to this evening's Roosterendo.
Roost.
Give it some time. Let it fester a little bit.
Sorry.
Okay.
I got excited.
Extra quiet stock bike because I don't want to hear the noise. I give that a thumbs up. Bumper carb fed by big old gas tank. And by bumper carb, he means pumper carb because he originally sent this to me in a text message. And it came from some rando number. I don't know who it is, but I look back and I've texted this guy somehow before, and I'm like, what? Rooster? Don't text. It's clearly stated, if you want to submit for Rooster Endo, and this is where you need to get your friends on this show because they could make $100 if they send me a picture. Because you've all done this. All of our regular 24 million fans have all, used their one shot. But, you get your friends to send us a picture of their bike. Like our friend Mike Cox, who didn't do this. He just asked for a discount code when he could have won. Send it to jimmy@dirtbiketest.com. That's my email address. Send me, and it has to say Roost or Endo in the subject line. If it does not do those things,
disqualified.
I'm never going to find it because I search these things 10 minutes before the show at least. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of get this segment prepped.
I saw your prep. It was comprehensive.
I enjoyed the prep part where it's just ramming tacos down my throat.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, my computer's going to crash. Oh my God, where's my taco?
There's smoke coming out of the computer right now because it's doing some stuff getting our last show uploaded because I didn't do that because I need a tequila serving assistant that's going to give me back rubs or fluffers. That's what it's a back rub, right?
They're like 3 blocks from here.
Less than 3 miles.
Okay.
You want to go? We can go down there for a beer.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Okay. He says, Flex Bars, thanks to your recommendation. By the way, Fast Company, a huge sponsor a partner of Dirt Bike Test, of Jimmy Lewis just going riding. In fact, I attribute to me being able to ride multiple days in a row to my Flex handlebars. He says, Flex handlebars, thanks to your recommendation. And he loves them, by the way. I don't know anybody that doesn't love the Flex handlebars. I can go on and on about these things, and it's all organic. It's like I've never really bent a set of Flex handlebars. I do not believe I've ever bent Flex handlebars. I've had to have a couple of them rebuilt because the pins froze up and the elastomers wore out. But I actually can change the elastomers myself. Man, they are so good.
You probably put 5,000 hours on them, so
Yeah, something like that. But I have lots of them, and anyways. And some of the bikes sit for a while, and then I pressure washed them or whatever. But they fixed that in part due to my abuse. Mm-hmm. They've got way better pins and way better coatings and tolerances and all that stuff. Mm. Baja Design's headlight gets me through the late rides. That's good. We both have Baja Designs on our bikes. Yep. We're going to hopefully not do any late rides. Guy's seat is nice and cushy. Okay, so he says guy's seat. I think he means Guts. Yeah, Guts. Not a sponsor of the show. The Guts guys are good. They make good stuff. But we are Seat Concepts. I'm a Seat Concepts person. By the way, Seat Concept has in the past and will hopefully continue to support this show. I wouldn't have it any other way. He has a fatty Shinko tire up front for the sand washes. Now, this is something that actually, especially on that XR400 that we're looking at right now, this is something that I would not want because that front end's a little bit flexy already, and having that little bit of extra grip. Some people like the float. I don't like the extra grip when it does decide to grab, but good on you for he's making the decision for the float. That's admirable. Giant Loop pan holds my tubes and my tools. Giant Loop, he's talking about panniers, saddlebags. I just mounted a new set. I had some from back in the 1960s, like early version ones. I wore them out. I mean, completely wore them out. I just got my new Giant Loop bags on my bike so I can get stuff off my back and put the stuff in the side. I don't run tubes. I run some mousses, generally nitro mousses, by the way. He has a rear view mirror, so I'm legal for Jerry Count's dual sport rides.
Safety first.
Yep. I like the double take mirror, my friend, and I will get you a discount code for that if you ask. I talked to Ned at the show.
It's like 200% off.
No, it's not that much. It might be at least 10. He says, feel free to roast my XR or not. Have a good show. D-Ron in Mesa, Arizona.
So Rooster
D-Ron. Darren Moyer. How does that turn into D-Ron? Darren Moyer. Where's the Ron part in that?
The middle name.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the best way to win this contest is the surefire way to win this contest is to be the only one submitting a thing.
That's where most of victories in my life have come.
When you're the only one in your class.
Yeah.
But the second best way to win it is to actually be in the chat. And then you get all your friends to be in the chat and to comment on it and say, "Oh, that one's rad and that one wins," because I get swayed a little bit, especially when I think millions of people are watching in the chat. But anyways,
Mr. Beast just posted. He said, "Great job tonight."
Oh, Mr. Beast, yeah, he keeps an eye. He wants me to be part of the Beast games, the Beast Moto games, because he's got millions and he wants to do like kind of an extreme enduro supercross urban sleigh combination. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wants to do that with me.
I get that.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm into the events. I actually, if you saw on the inner tube webs things, there was just something that Red Bull did with Ford, with Isaac Hadjar and Mitch Guthrie.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch. I saw the headline. I didn't watch it.
I had a little something to do with that.
No way.
Yeah, I actually used Rally Navigator in that, and unfortunately, because of the time and the problem and stuff like that, it didn't present into the finished product. I don't know if they're going to have some cuts or anything like that, but they literally used a road book to navigate that course.
Oh,
that
cool.
Some guy that I know, made the road book, and I used Rally Navigator. And I actually remember when I was asking you if you had a Red Bull icon. Did I ask you if you had a Red Bull icon, or I scraped those from somebody else? Yeah. So, anyways, I actually had the Red Bull arch and all this stuff in the. I'll show you the map book. It's I got one. I got a copy of it right over there.
Nice.
Anyways, so enough talking about myself again.
You're so cool.
Let's see.
Let's fire up 3 more questions here, people.
And Gary Drummond says, "My boys ride up in the stroke. Need to respring if they don't." I don't understand that question. So we're back to D-Ron's bike. I'll click it back up if you forgot what we were talking about. That is a XR400. By the way, kids, for those of you don't know, that's an air-cooled, actually oil-cooled. It does have an oil cooler on the front of the frame there. There's a little oil cooler up there. Mm-hmm. Air-cooled mostly. Kickstart. There's not a battery on this motorcycle. It has a carburetor. It's a relic.
Did he say what year bike that is?
I'm going to go 1998, but he did not tell me that. But you know what? Wow. You know what's crazy is one of my rules on this. So maybe we're going to disqualify. Maybe he's not getting $100.
Oh yeah.
You need to tell me year, make, and model, because I cannot always know.
Technicality disqualified.
He doesn't even say Honda in here. I don't even know that it's a Honda. It's probably really a Yamaha, because Yamaha sponsors this show.
How do we know anything in life?
Takamoto. So D-Ron, guess what? You win by default. I'm going to say your bike roosts because I have a soft spot in my heart for an XR400. But we really didn't dive into this bike enough like we usually do. I like to really zoom in and point something out. Look at that big ass aluminum skid plate. Yeah, that's there.
I'm down with that with the bag. They did headlight and bags. I'm good to go.
You know the cool thing is the photo right now. He's look at those mountains, snow-capped mountains in the background. There's probably some really good desert trails.
Mesa, Arizona.
Well, we don't really talk about locations here. He shows us his big fatty front tire on there. There's a little bit of wear from his foot down on the bottom of that clutch cover. Look at that thing.
Little shark finny thing on the back.
No, that's that's stock. It's a plastic little cover. I don't know. Whatever. They're trying to keep water from splashing on it, so your braking distance was down. He has his heat shield here, which is doing almost absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. But it's good that you have it there, just in case those bags slide a little bit farther back like they should be. Yeah. And I mean, not great for handling, but it gets out of the way. You're so.
Got a nice hand guard,
so they don't hold your testicles up too high, is what it is. It's got some good hand guards. Could use a double take mirror. Nice chariot. Nice chariot.
I'd rock that.
Jason Abbott saying hi on the show. Thank you, Jason. He has no question. He's just saying, hey, you never got back to me on my Can-Am video. Did I actually do one? I think I did a preview video. He's the Can-Am media guy.
Dude, Trent Zimmerman's got a question here.
Okay. So anyways, D-Ron, DZ, DAZ, whatever you are right now, you have to email me now. Here's where you have to pay attention. You need to email me back and say, hey, I won the Rooster Endo. Get it hooked up.
You have 13 minutes.
Well, no, you just have to do it because I'll forget. Like I said, I walk through the hallway there. I get zapped. I forget, and then I go to my email. Like probably in a week and a half because I'm going to be a little off the email here for some reason. I'll get back to you. I'll get you hooked up. You will get your certificate. It doesn't come right away. Don't complain, but we'll get you taken care of. Thank you for winning Rooster Endo. And Michael Cox.
Is that it? The 2001 XR400?
I think they're guessing. They're guessing. You what the heck? Email it to me. I'll get it taken care of. But Michael Cox, that's how you would have got that Takamoto discount is by submitting for Rooster Endo. But next time we do a show, we're probably gonna have 50 people in
at least.
Yeah,
I'd be like, yeah.
So we're
out of the 10 million that are watching.
26 million. 26 million.
Good.
Yeah.
Good job.
I guess somebody got their friends to watch. What does Trent Zimmerman want to know?
Trent Zimmerman 9040 inquires, you've talked about pre-running a race on many occasions. Oh boy, has he. As someone with zero experience in rally racing, I'm wondering if you could explain that a little.
Absolutely, Trent.
Go ahead. Yep.
That's a good question, and it's funny because all the people that are like really into racing, are like, dude, that's so stupid. Why would he ask that? Well, because he doesn't know and he wants to know. So pre-running is something you do in certain races where they allow you to pre-run the course. They tell you where the course goes before the race, and they expect you to practice, just like when you go to a motocross race or maybe even a Grand Prix. Motocross races specifically because you have a practice session. Like a Grand Prix, sometimes they give you that's called a sight lap. So a pre-run in, for instance, score racing, which is the Score Baja Racing, they tell you where the course is, and you're allowed to ride it and pre-run it as much as possible. In my day, I loved pre-running because pre-running was low stress. You're just learning the course. You'd go ride it, and the only thing that sucked about it is you'd kind of ride the crappier sections more than the better sections because you needed to really learn those. But you go run it. In rally racing, there is absolutely no pre-running at all. In fact, they don't even they don't even know really. They know where it starts, they know where it ends, and how they get there is the mystery of the road book. The road book tells you where to go. So pre-running is becoming less and less prevalent these days in off-road racing. Like at a National Hare and Hound, it's two distinctly different loops that there's no you get to pre-run the bomb, the start, basically the start segment, which is the first mile or two maybe, and that's the only, because they know you're going to send it on that, and after that then you have to go into terrain reading and relying on the danger markings they have. So pre-running, there's no pre-running in rally racing at all.
He may be asking about in the context of course design.
Oh, when we're down there, okay, that's my understanding. Okay, so the person that makes the road book would definitely, what we're doing is we're going scouting, for more lack of a better term. So we don't even know where the course is going to go. We're going to go find where we're going to make our course. We have an idea. We're just going to find the best sections and take the crap out. Where Score allows pre-run and they completely destroy the course. Well, we're not going to go there. We're going to go on the better roads that are fun and aren't torn up, and trails and sand washes and things like this.
Yeah,
so,
Trent, the process for, say, a lot of rally events, maybe what Jimmy and I are going to do coming up is the scouting run for Nora, which is, like he said, is really finding out where the course is going to go. We've got a few ideas for direction, maybe this valley, that valley, what have you. So we're going to go scope out those roads now. Jimmy's going to come home, make the actual road books, and then when would you do your final road book verification run?
As close to the race as we can. Yeah. Like because there's always the chance of storms coming through or something changing. But we try to go we make the road books, then we go do a verification run, which is essentially like a pre-run. Mm-hmm. We go pre-run our road books to make sure they work, and then we make the corrections. So we take we take what we have. It should be, and most of the time they're pretty good. You just change a note here or there, or maybe, especially if a storm comes through and there's extra dangers or ditches appear, or you have to go around a water hole. Who knows what could be. There's a lot of cows here, and there was no cows here before. Okay, we add some, vodka. So, yeah.
Yep. And then then some events could have another pre-run literally the day or 2 days before the event as well, which would be the final verification for road books.
In super high level, top level pro events like the Dakar, they have what they call an opening car that goes and does it immediately before, and then they correct it right then and there.
Yeah, and then depending on the format of the road book, if an event is using paper road books, they may need to print a modification section, which would maybe say at waypoint 122, you're going to cut and paste these next 5 waypoints in, where it's going to take you around the washed out river and back to the road, or where the bridge got washed out or what have you. So in an event that's using paper road books, they're having to print and physically hand out all these modifications, where an event that's using a digital road book can actually just update the file and distribute new files. And people may not even know there was a modification to the road book. It's just done kind of invisibly. You can even do that the morning before the race starts and change a road book at the last minute if it's digital. So that's one more reason why organizers are going to digital road books.
Yes, this is true, and this is why Chris Needell,
one of your smartest viewers,
says, great co-hosting tonight. Give this guy the job.
Bring it.
Mike, just the way you just took off and ran and explained that, I was so intrigued by what you're saying, I forgot to have a swig of my beer. This is what I like. If you could just now figure out how to take this and then go edit it on that computer over there, and then post it up on the YouTubes, and then fight the copyright the claims, and then we could still go riding, it'd be all cool.
Yeah. Chris, thank you very much. Appreciate the work.
Yeah, Flying Brian, no pre-run in District 37. This is correct. Although there's a lot of people that do a little extra pre-running because those courses are marked, and some people go out there and do a little pre-running every once in a while. Evidently, Juke JK Poo Po 1.
He's back.
Which is an AI robot commenting bot. And it's funny because this is how good they're getting. Is his question is, was Talladega Nights the movie based on Jean-Michel Bale and Jeff Stanton? Well, I don't know if I've ever seen Talladega Nights. Can you watch that on the Facegrams?
It hasn't made it to Pahrump yet. It's still coming.
It's coming to our movie theater we don't have. Okay, and so it's pulling stuff. I don't know. That's interesting how that does. I'm gonna have to go check out his account and see what it's doing. It's funny because I don't know why it's a W, and then it see the code, which usually the code. See how it's it's just fake stuff, but
it's still moto related though. Michelle Bale and Jeff Sanders.
That's how smart these bots are getting, that they can figure out what your comment is. So it isn't just questions about balls hanging off the side of your seat or something like that.
I wish we get more of those.
We can. I've got a filter. I've got a filter on this that's turned up pretty high because I try to keep it kind of nice.
Yeah. Trent Zimmerman asks again. Thanks. It sounds sketchy as hell being on the hook as a roadbook creator organizer.
Oh, it's nothing. No, there's no stress at all. It's
no, there's stress to it for sure.
No.
I'm always pretty happy if at the end of a stage, if I get in, if I hear nothing, I'm stoked. If it's a roadbook stage I've done and I just hear nothing, I'm like, okay, that means.
When has that ever happened?
Well, if the roadbook's perfect, I hear zero about it.
Like mine?
Well, yeah, yours. Yeah, I'm
mine are perfect.
Theorizing if I was Jimmy and I heard nothing. But
no, mine are perfect, and people still come and tell me what they're like.
Yeah. But it's actually a pretty big responsibility putting the roadbook together, because a small mistake can create just a big disaster. If you get a cap heading wrong or a tulip wrong, and you send people hauling ass down the wrong road, and they're basically shooting into some village that never knew there was a race course going on, and so it's a big responsibility to do road books, and I I think anybody who's making them puts a lot of work. That's why we're running them, and having other people look at them too, even online, look at the software and say, double check all this.
Yeah, I always, usually send a copy to Mike and say, hey, can you take it, put an extra set of eyes in this? And sometimes in the different ways that different people scroll through what they're good at looking at, even I make my guys I train with, they're on the hook for making road books, and it's so fun to ride somebody else's road book and just give them the shit right back. Oh, the perfect road book that they handed me, I tell them what I think.
Yeah.
We go to our YouTube
Trent,
comment.
We're heavily medicated
tonight. Let's see. We're going to go to our YouTube comments here, but we got a couple other questions that kind of came in here. By the way, we will answer all the questions tonight, 9 out of 10 without a reference manual. And Roger Dogger says, don't tempt me. We are trying to maintain that G rating. Maybe he's a bot. I don't know. See what happens.
He posted before, I believe.
I know. Yeah, I know Roger.
Oh, hello, Roger.
Roger's a good longtime friend.
Okay, let's see what YouTube's got. Bring it.
Dean Kemp says on our Tech Talk Taco Tuesday episode number 266, which is Jimmy and your questions with unicorns. What did he say?
I like a unicorn. I'll take one.
Do you want a unicorn too? See, everybody wants a unicorn.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I want more of a small size, not a full horse.
So Jonomoto is talking about our CD Crossfire 3 boot review, and he says, I bought the Enduro SRS when they came out. Absolute agony. Lost a few toenails as the toe box was too tight. Toes would go numb, and later the nails would come out. So I know what you're talking about. I feel your pain. I think even in the video I do explain about the toe box and the CDs being tighter. I just wore one of their new boots, and they're called the Cross Air, I think is what their new boot is called, which is I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing this. Derivation. And it's not even the
I know how to say it, but I'm not going to help you.
Come on. Deviation.
Or derivation.
Derivation. Really? Derivation?
Maybe.
Oh, I think it's hitting you too.
Let me know in the chat.
Yeah,
I know how to speak English.
How do you speak English? We can take this to Spanish.
Yeah, see, he bought the Crossfire 2, non-SRS. That's the boot I have.
Right. So the new one, and the CD has been working on getting their toe box wider. This is why I say I generally go up a size so the width comes in to play and helps me out. Like, I don't know why you would have kept the boots or not exchange them for a larger size when you put your foot into them. I mean, every once in a while I buy a discount shoe. I go to Big Five and buy a shoe that's it's like a super good price, but it's a little bit tight. I want to punch myself in the face and cut my toenails off afterwards. Mm-hmm. It's like, if your boot's tight when you're just trying it, wear it for a few hours, and then your nails come out. So I know about hammer toe. I used to run a lot. Okay, he bought the Crossfire 2 non-SRS. Best boots I've ever had. This is the difference between the SRS sole and the regular sole, is they are much wider on the CDs.
Because I've got the non-SRS.
Non-SRS, and they're wide.
Dude, comfortable, man.
Yep, really good boots. They wore them after 9 hard years. Good job on you. You don't ride enough. He's about to buy the Crossfire 3 non-SRS. Hopefully they're just as good. The sizing stayed consistent between SRS 2 and SRS 3 and the Crossfire 2 and Crossfire 3. You're going to be happy with those if you've
I haven't had the sole, because it's sole replacement system.
You saw my boots that have the soles worn out of them. Well, in as much as I ride, I need to have a way that I don't want to have to send my boots out to have them resoled. I just want to screw the new ones back in.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Really helpful. So I've been wearing CD boots for a long time.
I just kind of like the and I haven't had the SRS, but I like, for me mentally, the non-SRS to me is a little bit wider sole, and it seems like it'd be a little bit more stable to walk in. But I haven't had an SRS boot, which has got that narrower footbed to it.
So I go up a size, and that alleviates that. Because if I wore my 10, which I normally do, I go to 11, and that problem goes away.
I thought you were more in like a lady size, though.
I didn't say whether they were men or ladies.
The lady 7 people.
So 60 Helmets introduced that groundbreaking new product. Scott posted something up, and dang, I want them. So somehow that got on the that was one of our Facebook posts or something, like, went nuclear, and I'm pretty sure somebody boosted it. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, we got a lot of views on that 60 helmet. It's a really interesting concept. Can't wait to see it. Somebody wants us to crank up the live feed because Selma the cat that fucking ghosted me, excuse my French. I'm pissed at that cat. Like, that cat was supposed to be on the show. All the cat lovers. I mean, we're down 6 million viewers since I announced that she was, took a hike. It's crazy. And Matt's Loop says, conquering the big bear. He says, run bark busters to protect the levers would be great.
Yeah, true.
That would help, but the best thing would just don't crash like Trevor and his buddy did, and then they wouldn't break levers.
Did you? You were also working on like a Meow Mix sponsorship, weren't you, with the whole Stella angle? Did that come through or not?
Friskies.
Selma.
Friskies.
Oh,
Friskies.
so you got the Friskies money now.
Friskies money. It's doing good. Her cat channel is doing really good. I just pet her. A lot of petting.
That explains the jet.
Yeah, well, that's how we do things around here.
Friskies
Janie Jong. Okay, so this is interesting. This is on our Recluse Auto Clutch Explained, which is like a 5-year-old video or something like that. I explained how to tune a Recluse clutch, which, guess what? It hasn't changed much, even with the new one. I talked to Mike from Recluse at the AIM show. We talked about a lot of cool super techie Recluse clutch stuff. He's going to send me some super cool new parts because I complained. Did I just? I probably was talking to him and he inferred it as complaining. Is that what I do?
No.
He had the parts for me. I'm
sure it was constructive. You meant well.
Yeah. So, anyways, Janie Jing says, "Too bad it's extremely overpriced. If they want their money for the product to break even and make a profit, better make it half price, because this is stupidity." Okay, so I went to Janie Jing's page because I'm like, is that a bot or what? Because it looks like Sinead O'Connor is the profile picture. Yeah, it's like a.
She's big into auto clutches.
But the I went to the page and it's a big hairy dude that's like reviewing everything from. He had one thing about doing burnout tires on motorcycles. So I don't know if it's a content aggregating bot of some sort, but there was motorcycle content on there, and then. I'm just like, because I always wondered, like, what the hell, what would cause you to take the time to type that in, but maybe you really didn't. Recluse clutches are not extremely overpriced.
How much does a Recluse cost?
You can spend about $1,000 if you get the top of the line, all of the parts and kits and stuff like that. But you can get one in there for about $400 or $500.
Okay.
And if you think about, like, we're talking about $300 for an inertial damper, so $700 for a Recluse. It's not bad for what it does. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's a pretty core part of your drivetrain for $400. Like, I mean, a couple sets of tires.
Yeah.
And with mooses and you pay for a clutch.
Better make it half price.
Great, man.
Yeah.
Stuff's expensive.
Yeah.
Quit whining.
Yeah, well, exactly. And that was it for our YouTube videos posts. So you can comment on those and we'll come back and get you. We got some questions here. Juke Poo Poo says, will the 2027 RMs have bold new rainbow graphics for the lots of letters riders? No. What do you? So this is the one I think we got to go to his page. Hold on a second. We got to go find.
Let's check out JK.
This is where we're gonna dive in.
Might show up at his house actually. Really see what's going on.
Okay, how do I? So if I go to the YouTubes and if can I highlight this? I can highlight this, and I can copy this, and I can go here, and I can search here, and
this is when I should start talking to fill in the gap.
Right, because I'm busy doing.
One time I was on.
Here it is. He's a worldly rider.
Oh, hey.
That's what it says.
Explains the W.
I have to subscribe. He has 2 subscribers.
It's growing.
This guy.
It's growing.
More about this channel.
2011.
2 subscribers.
So about every 13 years, he picks up a new subscriber. That's good, right?
Killing it. That's why he's. Hold on a second. I'm going to reply to him because I'm gonna.
Thanks for your input.
Yeah.
Your constructive feedback.
What is the link to your podcast?
While Jimmy's typing there, any other questions in the chat? Try and stump Jimbo. That's the big challenge.
Listen. Or send stupid comments. There we go.
I got to get a podcast. This is great.
Podcasting is the future. Oh, well, everybody's doing it.
Dude, I could just sit at my desk and just talk out into the no one and not even know if anyone's listening or not.
Don't worry, they're all going to bed right now. It's past everybody.
I'd be excited if I got a bot.
On that note, I think we did all of the stuff that I wanted to do. We talked about Dakar. Good.
Yeah,
talked
briefly.
about Supercross. Good. We talked about me.
We had
Better.
a personal phone call from Emily Miller.
Yeah, our boss called us to tell us that she's worried about we're going off on another adventure without her. That's okay. Mm-hmm. We did Roosterendo, brought to you by Takamoto. We mentioned Yamaha multiple times. Yamaha does help support this show in quite a big way. We would like you to enjoy them. I enjoy my Yamaha. When I want to really have fun, when the traction is premium and the dirt's good and I want to go roosting on a super reliable bike, and I say that because I like to ride a Husaberg every once in a while, but don't want to work on it. So I go ride my Yamaha. My WR450 is the bike of premium traction and roosting virgin sand washes. That is the case. But the YZ250FX is another awesome bike, and I rode my YZ125 last week, and I'm big on the Yamahas. You should like and subscribe, please.
To JK Poop.
Look at I commented back, and they told him to like and subscribe. Yes.
He's growing his channel, bro. Think Skyro. It's a rocket.
I might subscribe. I got his page.
It's a rocket.
Do you think if I'm the 3rd subscriber, I win a prize?
That's something, dude. You get like a personal visit with him. He'll
But
stop
thanks
by.
to Bulletproof Designs, thank you to DDC for sponsoring this show, helping us out. Who else? Seat Concepts, Trail Tech, Fast Company. All these guys really do a number for us. And like Jeremy Franklin, I love my T7 too. I forgot to mention the Tenere. If you are thinking about adventure bikes, before the whole adventure segments gets pussified and we're all riding 400cc adventure bikes, go get yourself a T7. Because we all couldn't wait for the KTM to release the next Dominator Mega KTM 1590.
1500's coming.
Yeah, but they're not. Everybody's making smaller ones. So, man up and get a T7 while you still can. I love my T7. I do too, Jeremy. So thank you. And Gary Drummond says, I hope the Big Four give us hydro clutches on their dirt bikes for 2027. Isn't it about time? Well, Yamaha has a hydro clutch. Honda has a hydro clutch. Kawasaki has a hydro clutch. So you're asking for Suzuki to finally go to a hydro? We would like an electric start on a Suzuki.
He says it's about time. I guess it's
about time. Yeah,
it is time. Like 3 of the 4.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, don't just
up.
go to your Yamaha dealer. The 4-strokes are available with the hydro clutches. With that, Mike, thank you, Rally Navigator Mike Shirley.
Glad to be here.
Coming on the show.
Yep, thanks for having me.
We'll negotiate our big dollar contract.
Yeah.
So you can keep coming down on the private jet, flying in, and then getting private executive tours in Baja California, courtesy of yours truly.
That's good too.
With sometimes factory-sponsored vehicles, like most of the time factory-sponsored
three tacos
vehicles.
for $5.
And then I show you where the good deals are so we can keep our money in our pockets.
Yeah, like that.
Thank you to the corner taco stand over there at Coyote Corner in Pahrump, Nevada.
Shout out.
It's a true hole in the wall.
Literally a hole in the wall.
Literally a hole in the wall. I was supposed to start my tequila podcast at Ramiro's Mexican restaurant this month, but I got kind of busy. Anything else I've left off? Oh, like, subscribe, share. No, just, yeah. You have no idea how little amount of subscribers we have. And when I have to go tell people, like they go, how many subscribers you have? I go, not many. It like we're hovering around like some number. I don't even know what it is, but it would be better if it was the higher number.
It was more.
If it was more, it's better. So
More
just
is better.
do that. Hack into your kids' accounts and make them subscribe, and your girlfriends and your wives and everybody else. Make them subscribe to this channels, Dirt Bike Test, at Dirt Bike Test.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Anything else that I forgot to do here?
Yeah, glad to be here.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much. And with that, we will say what we always say at the end of the show, which is what we really mean. And then I got to remember how to turn the show off. We will, cheers. We will see you out on the trail.
Have fun riding. See you guys.
Okay. Let's see. I can push a button here that makes it stop. If you liked what you saw in this video, come check us out over at dirtbiketest.com on the webs. We have bike tests, product tests, a lot of fresh dirt, and you can even support us by clicking through our links. Hopefully, we'll see you out in the trail.